What's up, guys?
Well,
we're back.
We're back here.
Episode 15.
We're not numbering them anymore.
It's just a number. It's just an episode.
Just another episode. Another guest.
Technically, it is 15.
Vince, you want to introduce?
Yeah, definitely. You know, welcome back, no doubt. Thanks for listening. Today we got Gert here. Gert, you want to introduce yourself?
My name is Gert. That's me.
Gert. Talking to the mic, my friend.
My name is Gert. And Sergio and I have known each other for, 2 years now?
It's not about me.
Well, how long have you known?
I'm still fucking
this
getting to know you.
This is how I got involved in this. He roped me in. I said for weeks, I'm not doing this fucking podcast.
Don't worry. Up until last week, we weren't inviting you. We didn't want you. You weren't on our mind until Vince says, "Hey, we need to get fucking Gert in here."
Yeah.
Those are the exact words.
Gert, I really felt like you got a good stories. You have untapped potential, Gert.
Yes.
I don't know. You want to bring him up over here?
All right,
So-
well, Gert, give us a little background about
Yeah.
you. Gert
Start
is
us off,
from
Gert.
South Africa.
Where you started?
He says he's not a white guy, but he clearly white.
Yeah, his skin says something different.
So
I am partially African American. Okay, so where did this all start?
in your dad's sack.
Yeah.
I knew this was going to go there.
I think we all started there.
Get him blasted out.
It all started out in the way, even back in the not.
So first of all, you're from South
1500s.
Africa, but what
Yes.
part of South Africa?
I'm from the West Coast, which is ultimately exactly the same as here. Not as far as the
Weather.
geographically sort of more mountainous, but temperature-wise, it's identical to here.
Okay.
It's basically the Bay Area in Africa.
What's the town called?
You grew up there. What do you mean?
Citrus Dull.
Citrus Dull.
Oh.
Is there a meaning behind it?
There's a lot of citrus there, and it's in a dull, which means it's a valley.
Okay.
Citrus Valley. There you
See,
go.
that's why you're. We don't know.
Yeah.
And so it's near.
I was born there, and it was near fucking nothing.
near nothing. I thought you
Well,
were
no,
from
the closest big city to it was Cape Town.
Cape Town.
Yeah, Cape
Everybody
Town,
knows
South
Cape Town.
Africa.
Yeah, that's right.
Everybody knows Cape Town, right?
Yeah.
So how far from Cape Town?
100 miles.
100. That's not bad.
Oh.
No,
It's like going to Modesto.
100. and-
Yeah.
A little bit further, right?
Yeah, a bit further.
That's a Yuba, but yeah.
It was when you asked me how far, it wasn't like that back then. It was like
You had to take
how
a
many
horse.
beers? How many beers?
How many beers? How many beers?
It was probably 4-beer drive.
4-beer
Four-beer
drive?
drive?
Fuck, you,
Oh,
you,
man.
you
Actually,
drink
That's a slow drinker.
You're a
Yeah.
slow
That's
drinker.
a that's a fast drive. Huh? However you want to say. However you want to
Well,
say.
beer
You-
1 and 2 didn't count. So it was really more than that.
So you might have went on the fucking airplane. No.
So it started there, and
Look
because
closer.
I grew up on a farm.
There we go.
It was you kind of had to fix your own stuff. You had to fix your own stuff.
There was no other way. There's no,
So you grew up on a farm.
Yeah,
You guys raised cattle, vegetables, or
mainly wheat,
oh, okay.
and then we had vineyards, and we had cattle. It was
What year is this?
3,000 hectares.
BC.
Acres.
Oh, 3,000 acres.
Damn.
8,000 BC.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
Jesus, Jesus walks.
I was born in the wonderful year of 1969.
Oh, there you go. That's nice. Great
69.
year for you.
Yeah, see, nice. So anyway, so you have to fix stuff, and you're kind of forced to go. Where do you go after primary? So we only had primary school and high school. So primary school there was 5 kids in my class,
Oh,
Grade 1 through 8. Is that primary school for you guys?
1 through
6 probably.
what
12?
is it over here? When you turn 12.
Yeah, 1 through 6.
No.
Yeah, 6th grade. You're
yeah.
12. You're 12 years old when
So
you're
you
sixth
skip
grade.
fucking middle school.
12 is
Yeah,
there's
they
no
have
fucking
middle
middle
school.
school.
Yeah.
It's just primary school.
So, yeah, 6.
Yeah, 6th grade.
And then he said he goes
straight
to
to
high
high
school.
school.
And then you go to high
then it
school.
Straight to high
was
school.
12.
Yeah, he said,
So
fuck
when
7
I
to
was
8.
12,
Yeah.
my parents were like, "You got to do something," and I was like, "Okay, I'll go to a trade school." And back then, it's still the same. The trades have changed though. So nowadays they focus more on technology. they actually now you can be a girl,
So
go in there.
So is this a public school, or did you have to register and pay for the
Yes.
training? Okay,
Oh,
more like
a paid trade school.
It was considered to be, if I look back now, I never thought of it, a private school.
Oh, okay.
okay.
And not a private school as in whoop-de-doo. Because remember, back then even, the dumb kids
If you had a
go
pulse,
do a trade.
if you had a pulse, you graduated.
Well, no, they go to the
No,
trade.
the
Somebody's
dumb
you're
kids
going
go
to work.
Trade, and the smarter kids who become a doctor or whatever, because there wasn't much out there.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Actually,
Those kids would go to a regular school, which
a university.
I'm talking high school. more
No, yeah.
before.
So
Trade school.
so his schools. No. So what happens is that, because I heard this in Europe too, that
It's a school school.
if you after you go to high school and you want to go to a specific high school that teaches a specific trade,
right.
you go to that high school.
Right.
So what's pretty much what Gert did. Gert
that's
went to
what we-
attend a high school that was
But at
teaching that trade.
At 12 years old.
Yeah. Or
Wow.
13. But yeah.
I turned 13, but okay, so now you're in boarding school, you're away because your parents want you gone, and then you stay there. It's like
Even your parents didn't like you.
Damn.
nobody fucking likes me.
Well, what's weird is that
you guys invited me.
he lived on a farm. That's a needed hand on a farm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So having them send
Yeah.
him away is crazy.
So the funny thing is, I thought I'd go into, auto mechanic
Oh, okay.
shop or one of those. But plumbing, so we had plumbing and sheet metal was one trade in high school. So you get to basically do HVAC shit.
2 in 1, huh?
Yeah.
Oh.
So you learned how to do plumbing with cast and with clay.
Oh.
That's how they used to teach us.
Clay.
Clay piping.
Oh, so you learn how
The shit we
to.
take out now, that's
Yeah.
atrocious. That's how we were.
That's what you guys were using with. Huh.
There was no ABS. I don't think so.
Well, this
Even
year
to
is
this
what?
day, right? I think they use PVC all over the world, except here for some reason.
Uh,
That's a
Well, this is the early 80s for Gert, right?
This is
83.
It was 83.
Yeah.
picture Gert. He had a mullet and everything.
Gert, did you have a mullet?
He used to wear.
Australia.
Used to
No,
wear.
fuck off.
Hey, Gert, what's crazy is that Gert was born in 69, still a good head of hair.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He's got. Doesn't comb it every day, but he has it.
Is the hair on my ass that I'm combing over?
That's the one you're pulling off, huh? Put it on your head.
But I say the other. Where was I at the other day? That I seen this dude, and he fucking had patches of hair. He had his shirt off everywhere, but he was fucking bald.
Oh,
I said, if there was really a God, why would he do that to somebody?
because he's funny.
Yeah.
That's gotta be the crudest joke ever. Okay, so on to high school. You do your trade. I ended up in plumbing and sheet metal. Mm-hmm. And after high school, back then you had a choice. Well, you didn't have a choice. You were either forced to, because you're not that smart. You're not accepted in a university. You have to do 2 years of
Military.
military.
Oh, okay.
I think that's everywhere else in the world
Except for the United
here.
States. Yeah, because
Korea.
we got everybody. Sorry, Gert. I was going to say everybody's jumping in to be in the military in the United States, but probably not over there.
Over
No,
there.
hell no.
I think everybody, from what I have a friend from Italy. He said he had to go to military.
Mandatory.
Yeah, just 2 years, right?
Yeah, it's 2 years mandatory. Everybody has to go to military
Do you
unless you're smart or you're an elite.
If you're an elitist,
Right.
yes, then you get passed. So what happened back then? There's a backstory to this, and the backstory is as follows. At the time, there was a little war called the Angola War, and in the Angola War, I still don't know. Well, I know who we were shooting at, but I don't. quite
was
know
all, "I don't wanna be
why.
in it."
I don't know why.
Because you were told to.
Well, I was 17.
Oh shit! So you joined at 17.
Yeah, I was finished with.
Well, he's
So
finished
he-
high school, so he has to go and do his 2 years mandatory because
I gotta
Gert
do
was
that.
not an elite.
Obviously, fucking not. Anyway,
Oh man.
so here we are, right? So now you have to do your 2 years, and after the 2 years,
But wait,
you've done your trade, right? So
Hold
now
on. we're talking about Europe and all this
Did
stuff,
you
but-
jump in? Were you fighting in the Angola
Yeah, he
Angola
said
war?
there was this little fuck.
Yeah, were you fighting in that war?
They were shooting
Important
people.
for this conversation, is it?
Yeah, it is, Gert. This is leading up to how you got into where you're at today. So you went out there and you were
Okay,
fighting.
so this is a little part in my life that I don't really like to discuss, but there was a little.
But the people want to know. The million viewers we have want to know.
Well, you don't have to go into anything you're
Oh,
uncomfortable
it was-
with.
You don't say how many
But-
kills you had.
Yeah, you don't have to. We don't know if you killed anybody. But
I
you
never
know.
shot anybody.
No.
I might have aimed at him, but I never pulled the trigger.
I got it. But
There was that
that
one black guy once.
that lasted 2 years.
So no. So the way they did it is your first year, you do basic training.
Yeah.
If they see something in you, or
Oh.
you're not a fat ass,
Yeah.
then you get sent to either the leadership training,
Oh, okay. Cool.
and after your leadership training, part of the leadership training is you then get picked to go to Angola,
Oh fuck.
or you stay behind, train the new recruits for next year.
Okay. So how long was the initial boot camp per se?
3 months.
3 months. Okay.
Where I literally, it's the funniest shit. I got to tell you guys this. I got on a train from Cape Town. On a train from Cape Town to an undisclosed location. We got off. It's middle of the night.
So when you say undisclosed, you didn't know where you were
No,
going.
I don't know if I fucking.
They had you in your boxers and that's it.
No, you still.
Well,
No, he's
You're still in
he's
your
fully
70s.
dressed. He got his
Yeah,
gun.
set up,
He's in
yeah.
his.
Your hair is still long.
Yeah.
You just came out of fucking.
Boot camp.
No.
No, I'm talking about high school.
Okay.
Basic training. You join. You
Right.
just join.
He's further
they
on
take
now.
you to a train.
Yeah.
And you end up in this camp. And you get off the train and they line you up, and the first thing they make you do is go cut your hair.
Oh,
now remember,
course
you've
they do.
had a 2-day train ride or whatever.
There goes that mullet.
Yeah.
I have this guy, I've been on the train with him. We smoked up like crazy cigarettes, smoking, and we just enjoying ourselves. He gets out of he goes into the barber, he comes out, and he's like, hey, man.
Who are you?
I'm like, whoa, oh, Jesus. Okay, I'm next. So they chop your hair off, they give you the gear. It's like kind of like in the movies, right? They
Oh,
give you
okay.
gear, and then you go to the barracks?
Yeah, barracks, yeah.
Barracks, then you get assigned. I'll never forget this, I was in Charlie. And our instructor was can I say cunt?
Yeah. Say whatever you want.
Whatever
Okay.
you want.
He was an atrocious,
Human being.
sadistic cunt. And then we had a sergeant major, which was his evil, but just a higher rank. He's twin.
He's the motherfucker that trained that guy.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
He
So-
had an answer to.
This guy would stand there and look at you, and you would shake.
Maybe he liked boys.
Wow.
No,
Yeah.
he was just a scary human being. He was truly, to this day, I think of him and he was like scary. Anyway, so you go through basic training,
The boogeyman.
and after that, I had the fun. I went into the School of Engineers.
Oh.
Funny how life goes, right?
Yeah.
Well, it so turns out the School of Engineers, one of the fun things you get to do is
So you weren't that dumb.
no,
No.
because now you
Gert was gifted, apparently.
Yeah.
you have to take math
Fuck,
in school.
show it here every day.
God damn.
Gifted.
Well, this is the part I don't tell you about. In trade school, and this is the unfortunate thing that I see missing here, is that I had to take math. I had no choice.
It
I
used
had to
happen
take
here.
trigonometry. I had to do all that.
Yeah.
I had to do technical drawings,
Yes.
Oh, technical
machine
drawings.
drawings,
Yeah.
and I had to do science. I had to. I had no choice.
No,
I couldn't take social studies and fuck knows what.
because it wasn't part of your
that was
technical
none of that.
trade.
It was nothing like that.
Right.
Well, technically, in the union, you go to school for between 4 to 5 years apprenticeship, and during that time, they do teach you. I don't know if they go to trigonometry, but they do go to high levels of algebra, and they do teach you everything else with the trade. So algebra,
Whatever's in
Well, the
trade.
reason
Yeah.
why Gert went to triggerology because he was going to pull triggers.
Oh God, he was already done. He was out of that.
Can we do the drum thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
we don't know what button it is.
So anyway, so I'm in the army, and I ended up in the School of Engineers, and it turns out we get to blow up stuff. So
Oh.
the idea about the School of Engineers here too is that you're the first one in, you're the last one out. So you go and put up bridges. It's like Lego. It's freaking amazing.
Yeah, but you're the last one out. That you're not.
Now you have to take it up. You either take it apart.
Yeah,
if
take it
it's-
with
if
you.
it's
But after
valuable,
after everybody's gone, though.
you bomb it.
Yeah.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Oh, so you had to build it,
You
break it for explosives, and then fucking detonate it.
Yeah.
Tight.
So we had like bulldozers
Yeah.
and wheel dozers, and so we had all different gear than the rest of the military. We had mobile bridges. It's fucking amazing.
What was the craziest vehicle you drove in the military?
You ever shoot a fucking tank gun?
It's something that is. There's a word for it in Afrikaans, and I can't for the life of me remember now. Because you're asking me stuff that's
Does it go boom boom?
maybe. But so this thing had a South African made diesel V8 with I'm trying to remember, either a 10-speed or a 8-speed transmission, but it was stick shift. Here's the weird thing about it.
8-speed
Truck.
transmission,
Truck.
but stick shift. So you had what?
It
10
was a-
gears.
it was almost like a
13
semi.
gears? Yeah,
It's a truck.
yeah, literally.
So it was a troop carrier that was made for the minefield. So it's shaped really weird. And it turns out that apparently you can't shift like this. So all the gears were at an angle. Mm-hmm. Oh.
You had to fit all
did
of
you,
it.
did
you
you have
start
two
off-
sticks?
No.
Oh, okay,
Well,
that's
yeah,
nice. Because you had
You had low range and
lowers
high
and then
range.
hires.
You just had low and high. And then it was either 6 or 8 speed. Don't quote me, okay?
Don't confuse all these kids that don't even know how to fucking drive
Or
automatic
the,
right now.
or the old trucks that are like the 80s trucks that have, full on low and full light, and you have two actual
Yeah.
what do you call that?
I never
stick,
knew about it.
The
stick
weird
levers.
thing about this is it wasn't up and down. They were angled because of the shape of this thing.
Oh,
It
The
wouldn't fit.
the gearbox was off center.
Dude, you go first, maybe second you'll get, and then you try to go third, and you get fucking fifth. And you try to get back into third, and it's just
Just grinding
Grind
away.
it until you find it.
Yeah.
But anyway, you get the hang of it. So, got to blow up some stuff,
That was the craziest one, though.
and then they sent us to Angola, and then there was a bunch of stuff going on over there, and then I came back, and then because they only send you for a little bit.
So there was a story that I was asking you about one time because we were talking about the weakest point, right? When you have the weak link in your team, right? I talked about that Full Metal Jacket. You guys familiar with Full
yeah.
Metal Jacket? Alex, you familiar with the Full Metal Jacket?
Yeah, when
No,
the guy goes.
I'm not.
You're not?
It's
No.
it's a
You've never
Marine-
seen the movie?
I guess not.
Oh, that's crazy.
So there's a scene, Vince, if you recall.
Which one?
Scene
When the
where
white boy goes crazy?
It was the guy. Yeah, but
Yeah.
before that, right? Remember, he was making everybody do extra push-ups,
Yes,
extra
yes,
running all that
yes.
shit. So everybody's like, just get him the fuck to quit, right? They were in boot camp. So these guys in the middle of the night grab some socks,
Oh, with soaps in it, and you
start
start.
soap in it, and they just beat the shit out of him.
It's called a
the
sock
guy-
party.
Even the guy that was his good friend that they fucked him up,
Wow.
and they created a monster because he didn't quit.
Well,
Ooh.
yeah.
Well, I
instead
told you-
he ended up shooting his fucking sergeant.
Yeah,
I tell you what happened
So
on my
Bert,
end.
Bert had a similar story.
Weird how life goes. Be
Yeah.
careful. We had a guy that was, for the lack of a better term, he was husky.
Okay. Yeah.
He was a
thicker.
little overweight.
Yeah, little thick guy.
So they make us run, and he's always the one last. And because all they want to teach us is, don't leave that guy behind. Team. Took us a while to get it. So probably after the third or second day, and what they made us do, without getting into detail, is
Oh, please go into detail.
bridge parts were scattered on this farm I was on. And you get to pick up, and I'm trying to remember, I think they were 400 kilos each piece. And you had 4 guys had to pick them up. So they'd make us run with this shit, right? They made out of an alloy metal.
That's the fucking original Spartan race.
Jesus.
They make us, so they make us run with this shit, all our gear on.
400 kilos, Gert?
That's
I
like
think that's what it
900
was.
pounds.
So it's
A kilo is-
so it's
2.2 pounds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically almost double.
It's a heavy
2.14.
motherfucking thing. A truck has to drive over it.
So
And these-
for you guys,
And you're
ha-
carrying this.
What are you, fucking
they
on
are
steroids?
from here to the no 4 of us.
yeah, that's like 200 and something pounds each.
Yeah.
You guys, if everybody
400
keys it,
kilos. That's like
It's probably 200
No.
kilos.
almost
But-
close to 900 pounds.
Yeah.
yeah, 900
Don't
pounds.
quote me, guys.
I am.
It was fucking heavy. I was
heavy as shit.
I was
All right,
I was
all right.
18.
100
I remember.
kilos.
I remember it was heavy. It takes 4 guys to pick it up off the ground. Let me put it that way. With a stick that locks in, it looks like the lock-ins for a container on the back of a container trailer. You lock it in, and you have a handle. And I remember it was either 2 guys on a handle or 1 guy. Don't ask me. They made us run with this stuff. This guy always got us in last. So one night we wanted him to get out of leadership training. He was holding us back. And
That
he
guy.
somehow made it into leadership training. And we just wanted to get him fuck out.
Well, because he had more to do with the running, and he was holding the team back,
Yeah.
or okay,
Yeah.
but he was smart enough to be in the leadership training. Is that what is going on?
Yeah. So it's not one run, it's you run until
Exhaust.
until he makes it
Gotcha,
too.
gotcha.
And we somehow didn't get that all we had to do is
Just wait for it.
wait for this bitch, all come in late.
How the fuck
Yeah, I was gonna say, or run behind him.
how the fuck did you get into the leadership group?
We didn't like look.
It
There,
wasn't
there
that
was
bright.
there was more to it,
Yeah.
which I definitely cannot say on this podcast.
Well,
There was more to it than that.
they're not
It's
gonna
already-
come.
it's been over
Gert,
30 years,
You,
so-
you,
We just didn't like this guy.
you
been
are an
over 30
American,
years.
Gert. You'll be fine.
You're American now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trump's
They
got
ain't,
your guys
they ain't
back.
gonna come for you.
No, I'm just saying it's very very wrong what we did.
So did you do
So
the sock
so
party on him?
we
Yeah, you beat his ass.
we
Pretty
beat
much.
his ass up, and the next day, okay, so years
The
ago.
next day, what happened the next day, Gert?
He went
Don't
to,
go to
he, went, he
years.
went to the medical side. He
okay,
was
okay.
fucking.
Oh, he was beat.
He's lumped up. Yeah.
Next
Beat.
day, my fucking
Medical
knuckles were
next day.
fucking bleeding.
I saw this guy.
Oh, you crossed.
Wait.
Years.
Didn't
yeah.
recognize him
Oh shit.
in 1990s, somewhere in the mid 90s.
Okay, so he's in his mid 20s.
It was like 82 by then.
This bitch comes out of nowhere and he says,
I know you.
"You're Gert, aren't you?"
Oh, no.
This motherfucker had a list in his back pocket.
He goes, "So right." He goes, "You made me." So anybody who fell out
He
of
lives on 9th
the
in case you're looking for him.
the
Hey,
one,
blurt his last name.
anybody who dropped out of the leadership class was sent to a far worse place where you end up being like a cook or a whatever.
That doesn't seem worse.
Well, if you're in leadership training, you look down on them.
Oh, okay, I guess.
We used to call them Tampax Tiffies.
oh,
Tampax.
Tampax.
The medical guys.
Yeah.
They
They're never going to get their hands dirty.
no, they normally too overweight.
They don't
Too
get- they don't
no,
get
they
the
don't get
trigger.
to pew pew nothing.
Pew pew.
So so this guy comes up to me and goes, "You Gert Visser, huh?" In Afrikaans.
Oh, wait,
And-
yeah, say it in Afrikaans, please.
Yeah, what is that a different dialect or
It's Dutch.
that's not it, bro.
Come on, man. So my name isn't Gert. It's Gert.
Oh, it's hot.
And my last name isn't
Hatoy.
Visser. It's Visser. Because the Dutch is a Germanic language.
Oh,
Yes,
because you
yes,
guys did get taken over by them, huh?
By whom?
The Dutch.
No, I am. So my ancestors came from Holland. Then the British colonized us.
Say,
And now there's
see, the white
other
people, always taking the colored man's lands.
Fuck off, dude. We were there for 400 years.
Yeah, and they were there
But that
for
is not.
800 prior.
No, there was nobody there.
Oh, no?
In
Well,
Cape
that's
Town,
that's what I've been told.
there are definitely people there.
That's what the fucking
what the
Pilgrim said
textbook
here.
said.
No, but
Yeah, that's
seriously,
what the white people said about the Native
the
Americans.
point-
Nobody was here. Nobody was on this land.
Christopher Columbus discovered America.
Oh God,
you got
fuck
lost.
that guy.
Same thing, right?
no, but
Who's
seriously,
your Christopher Columbus?
Christopher Columbus.
No, you're Christopher Columbus.
Christopher Columbus.
He discovered fucking.
No,
Cape
he's there's a beacon there on the south of Cape. I think so. Christopher.
I want to know more.
No,
about
Vasco da Gama.
Vasco da
Portuguese.
Gama from Portugal.
Portugal.
What did that guy say to you in your language?
Yes.
He said to me basically.
No, say it how he said it, and then translate.
He said, "Gert Visser, ik onthou voor jou," and he did
"Holy
that.
shit! You just sounded like fucking."
Oh my goodness.
And basically, all he said was, Gert, I remember you.
And you looked at him, and you're.
And
did he look different?
I looked at him, and I go,
Were you the last guy to hit him?
Oh, man.
and I go, and I do. You do from where?
He don't remember you.
Yeah.
I didn't,
Oh yeah, bullshit.
dude. It's like
Oh.
years later. I didn't remember. I
It was
did not
probably at
remember.
least 8 to 10 years later,
I didn't remember.
or
This guy.
maybe less than that.
I'm looking at this guy, and I'm going, oh.
So this isn't.
Were you in? The place was called Bos,
Mhm.
and that was where we were stationed. And if you sprayed, everybody was. I hated that place. So we went there, and it was awkward. And one of my buddies who were with me at the time said to me, "I think we should get out of here."
Oh, because he was giving you a weird feeling.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I guess was your
He
buddy.
was kind of wimpish. It's not like I was like, oh, this guy's going to stick a knife in my back. Besides, you know.
Well, so that's all he said was, "Hey, your
He
name.
said-
I remember you," and that was it.
But after that, and then I put two and two together, and I did say to him, "You were in the same camp as me, right?" And I just confirmed, and he confirmed it. He said, "Yeah." Do you remember Charlie? Do you remember Charlie? What do you call it in this country? Platoon.
Yeah, Charlie Brown, or your
Charlie
group,
Platoon. I
your
said
company.
I said to him, "Yeah, I do." He said, "Yeah, I was in basic training. We call it junior JL, junior leader training. I was in junior leader training with you, but I didn't make it. I got sent to Bethlehem. There's a place in South Africa called Bethlehem. Jesus wasn't found there. It's just a shitty. Really.
Did you go there, or that's where you ended up, or he did?
He
He
did.
got kicked out. He left. He was gone.
Yeah, he got the beat shit out of him.
Well, he was slow too. He should have left a while back and not fuck us,
you
hold us
just
back.
you just helped him.
we just sped it up. a little.
Assisted.
Yeah.
So there was that.
So how many guys beat his ass?
I don't know, it was 4 or 5 of us.
5.
There was always that group right in high
list.
school.
Fucking bully.
Damn.
No, I wasn't a bully. I was just.
He was tired of getting extra running.
So then I ended up in blowing shit up, which I think ultimately was there's a lot of math involved. So there's a bridge. Where do you plant where do you put the charges to make it actually fall down?
Oh, okay.
And there's
Control.
some math behind it and how long the run is before it hits the plastic explosives. And we blew up some vehicles, and it's fun. As an 18-year-old, come on.
Yeah, it sounds great, actually.
Then I came out of the army.
Now I know why you like to play with RC cars
I do.
at 80 years old.
Yeah.
I'm not 80. Fuck off.
Oh, you're
So
not?
yeah, there was that. And then after the army, for some reason, so now there's a 2-year gap, right? And that's where I sort of, at that point, you start to chase the money.
Oh, okay.
And I evidently forgot about the trades.
So, where were you working?
I started selling stuff.
Oh,
And
you were a drug
and
dealer?
I was selling roofs, new roofs.
Garrett, why would you just say selling roofs instead of selling stuff?
No, well, I went from there, and then I opened my own company, and I was doing like shop fronts like this, and shower doors, and all kinds of aluminum extrusion.
So it was pretty lucrative.
No.
It was.
He said it was chasing the money.
Then the recession.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
whoa.
You guys holding hands?
Little moment there, huh?
What's happening?
That was kind of like a shock to my system. Then
It's all right. Touch his hand again. Fuck, it's all right.
Fuck off. Let's move on. Then a big recession hit South Africa where 2008 dragged over.
Oh, 2008 was a collapse for everybody, even in America. Trades. That was,
no,
that
but
was
I'm
the
talking
last
the
year.
90s in South Africa.
Oh, okay. Well,
It was bad.
2008 was bad for us.
It was
Yeah,
like that.
But, yeah.
It was worse than that.
Gotcha.
But it dragged on for 2 years.
Oh. Here it was
bad.
about 3, almost 4.
Yeah.
2 years of
But,
the.
but
utter
looking
dog.
back, Gert, looking back right now, because you've told me about this. Hey, is that? No. Looking back, you said it was a bad, it just, right. A lot of people, when there's a business, they see it a business opportunity. That's when they thrive. When there's bad economy and stuff like that. So looking back, is there something different you could have done at that particular business
Yep.
in order to say, fuck it, and you would have done a lot better.
You
instead
you
of-
always what did they say? Hindsight is always 20/20, and it's true. So funny enough, I think about it quite a bit and think, God, where would I have been? Things would have been, I would never have left South Africa probably, and I probably. Why did I? What would I have done different that would have made this better? But that's a silly question to ask. I was 23.
Right.
I was stupid. I had
But it was
balls and no brains.
But it's a question because, fast forward to today, right? You say, I won't make that mistake again,
God, yeah.
right? So that's
But
why I'm saying.
I
is-
also said I'll never have a business partner again, and here we are.
Uh-oh.
Right. But
Yeah,
but
he
why?
got 3.
Uh-oh.
But the biggest,
Oh, now 2 now.
the biggest issue with that business now, looking back, probably the biggest thing, is having structure in the sense that this one does that. Stay out of my shit. You do that. I won't touch your stuff. But there was very little of that.
Right.
And because you're dealing with employees that may or may not show up,
No doubt about that.
No, I'm good.
so no, I'm good. It was it was rough, man. I had no knowledge of business. There was no. The things that are in place nowadays that you can literally just go on.
Google.
Templates.
Yeah, there was no Google. I was using maps.
Yeah.
You were probably
Well-
using the sundial.
Just trying to get back into your your role of things here. So, you saw that guy after the military. You spent 2 years right there doing selling roofs and stuff. Now, what transitioned you to, America?
What year was that when you had that business? 90.
The early 90s. Well, after the army. If you want to hear the real story, after the army.
No, we want you to lie to us.
Okay, I'm going to fill in the
What are
blanks.
you painting for us?
Nelson Mandela was let out of prison.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
remember those? So now South Africa became the Rainbow Nation. Well, guess what happened?
Rainbow Nation.
Yeah, our flag looks
Oh, okay.
super gay, dude.
Yes. Okay. The flag changed. Gotcha.
So South Africa, at that point, basically the apartheid years, where if you were a colored person, you were at the bottom of the barrel, and so black and colored.
So, you guys had a. What do the Indians have? Like a caste system?
So this
Is
is
there
just
a caste
racial,
system
No,
in-
this is racial segregation.
Oh, okay.
Your church is over there. Mine is over here.
Our 1950s.
Yeah.
Up to the 60s in
But
the
this
south.
is in
yeah.
their 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That's
crazy.
what I'm saying. It was our 1950s.
That's
So
wild.
and remember, so there's a lot of stories. I mean, shit, I've been around a little bit, but there's the 80s. America and Europe put so much pressure on South Africa. Oil, equipment. I was in the army.
Precious metals?
No, because we have it all. Fuck them.
Yeah.
So, what we had to do sometimes is a delegation of English would come around to our base and we would hide.
You mean the Catholics? They'd come over and try to fucking convert you?
No.
The English.
English.
Oh,
from
the
England,
actual-
The mates.
like
Yeah,
like
got
the
it,
big
got
politicians, or whatever.
Oh.
And all we were told is like hide that
Ju-
piece of equipment,
Hide the
that.
technology.
Because
Oh.
guess what?
You want-
sold it to us through the back door. Because they're not allowed to do business with South Africa
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we hate the black people. So now we had to go hide this shit. Oh my God, it was ridiculous. And we couldn't understand what the fuck was going on, right?
Huh.
So you put camouflage over it, you go hide it between the bushes, all these big artillery pieces.
Why don't you just put a couple lines around it? I'm sure there's a couple of them out there.
South Africa. Oh, my
Gert, did you have like wildlife like that around you on your farm?
no.
There you go.
Where the fuck do all the lions come from? The elephants. and
You
the
have to go
giraffes?
to a park to see them.
Oh, they don't just roam freely?
Yeah, I used to ride them to school. You know, that's like the dumb questions you get from Mexico, right?
Oh, man.
I said Gert. Believe it or not, Vince thinks that way. He thinks that Mexico's
Really?
like that.
Oh, I
Yeah.
can't go to Mexico.
Why not?
That's loud. I'd be locked up.
Why?
Pump full of drugs. Gone. They take me away, bro.
No, they wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't.
What about me then?
You're whitewashed.
I guess.
I sent Gert a video last week about
They kill
this is
people
what
over
people
there.
think. They kill
Not every
people
day.
here too.
We talked about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I was telling Gert, I sent them that video, and it says this is what people think Mexico looks like, right?
Oh.
it's it's that
Like
little
third world
village
country?
It's like
Yeah.
it's that little village in fucking
Well,
and what's that Hollywood? What's that?
I don't know,
Theme
but
park.
to be fair, it is a third world country. But yes, there is a lot of
Let me tell you.
first world amenities in some.
let
certain
me
parts.
tell you something.
There is no first world amenities. Their infrastructure sucks.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus.
no, it
not
sucks.
even in the major
Yeah.
towns.
No,
Mexico
no.
City.
No, it's you smell the sewage because it's
Oh,
just
well.
old shit. But there's a
I
lot
thought
of money.
I thought there was something else.
There's a
You,
lot of
you
money.
just have to remember that there's a reason why they are
The way they
poor, is that the wealthy saw an opportunity, and now it's just colonialism, just hidden
Yeah.
in plain sight.
That's the same with South Africa then.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
Over here, there's
Yeah.
rules and regulations. So over here, everybody has freedom. Why are we talking politics?
Well,
Anyway, but it,
Yeah.
to the point is that a lot of the things that you assume about these countries on the face of it, it might look like a third world country, and
but there's tons of money coming
there's tons of money there.
out. Yeah, no doubt. 100%.
Tons of it.
So,
South Africa has all the tons of resources.
oh, 100%, and they're being exploited. I think
Oh.
they're still being exploited to
The
this
rest
day.
of Africa, my friend, is owned by China.
Yeah, well, that's insane, actually.
Most of Africa back then, Angola was Portuguese. Mozambique was Portuguese. This is just around South Africa. Zimbabwe was English. Namibia was German.
What's crazy is that
They're all
sounds like-
fucked off.
Well, I was gonna say it sounds like all these other,
They're basically colonies.
no, yeah, all these other people came
were.
over and started carving up Africa.
Like, give me that. Give me that.
Yeah.
Give me that.
That's what they
Sound
did.
familiar?
Yeah. Well,
That's
hello.
what they did.
That's what they did here.
So after getting back to where
The
you
Dutch
were,
are the worst.
Yeah.
Are they? Yeah.
the Dutch, he said. After you guys
White
got
people.
back, you still in the military. You know, you did the roofing thing. What happened after the roofing?
I opened my business.
business.
That didn't work out. I left. Okay, so Nelson Mandela's out of prison. I
Yes.
couldn't get a job anywhere because of my skin.
What?
Oh, yeah. It's called affirmative action, my friend.
Wait. So because you're light skinned, they already thought that you had too much
I was
seniority.
I
so
was
you're
too
like,
privileged.
Gotta get out, bro.
I was too privileged.
Oh,
So now we have to give the underprivileged
shots.
We give them a chance.
Got it.
Okay, so on paper it sounds good.
Yeah. Until you're.
I
not
can't get a
working.
job if I have a company. I have to have 50% or 51% black ownership.
Oh.
So guess what happens? People leave. So I went to England.
Oh, at what age? How old were you here?
Because after that, 24, 25-ish, somewhere in that vicinity. So I went to England, and I literally had to just go, okay, I don't know what to do.
When you went
But
to
this ain't
England,
working.
did you go on a visa, or you're just like, I'm here?
Jump
I'm illegal.
Because English, we used to be part of the. So South Africa used to be where you don't need a visa.
Oh,
They give you like a entry where you can stay for 2 years,
oh, okay.
something like that.
So you
As
can
long
work.
as you're white.
You can.
No, as long as you're South African citizen,
Oh,
because
really?
because the English used to colonize us. Right?
Okay.
At some point,
So
so there's some
2
legal
years.
bullshit
So how'd you get there?
A boat?
on a fucking float.
No, I'm asking.
Oh no,
don't
I
know.
flew over.
Yeah.
Oh, you flew.
You flew in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I left South Africa. I went to England. I started working for a.
How long was that
Wait,
flight?
wait, not the flight. Where were your parents at?
Wait.
I haven't seen them since 12.
So you're fucking kidding.
No, no, but listen.
Your family, you're like 12 o'clock. I'm at 12 o'clock.
I
12
was
years
in
old.
boarding. I was
You
in
jumped
boarding
on it.
school.
He's on his own.
That's
He's
it.
on-
I was in boarding school. I went home 2 times in a semester. That was 2, 4, 6.
That's
8.
6 months? 2 times in 6 months? So,
Yeah, 4 times a year.
yeah, literally 4 times a
So
year.
4 times a year, and some of those weekends I didn't go home.
Did you
Like,
have?
fuck that? I don't want
I
to
don't
go
wanna
far.
go home. I go
Did
with
you
my
have
buddy.
siblings?
Yeah,
Only child?
No, he
That's-
said he had siblings.
3 others.
So younger.
Two girls, two boys. I'm in the middle.
Oh, okay. So did they
5
choose
total?
the path you did as well?
5 total.
4.
4.
Oh, so
One died.
oh,
well,
okay.
fuck.
Okay.
Young.
So 5 total.
Was did that on the farm? Farm accident?
No.
No.
Oh.
No, nothing that it was one of those. It was back in the 80s on a farm, and she passed away.
Oh, just sickness.
Yeah, she was born too small or something
Yeah.
like that. One of those.
Horrible.
Anyway, so then, where were we? Oh,
Well,
You're England now. You
Yeah,
flew.
So I'm in England.
England.
and I landed on what was sold to me in South Africa as I land in London, and I had 3 days in a hostel,
Oh,
and
shit.
I had that was part of the thing they sold me, the package.
Yeah, you got your package. Your
3 days in a hostel, and then I have to call in my 3 days this farm in the south of England, and there's employment for me. So that's how it was sold to me. I call them up, they go, "Fuck no, we don't know nothing about this."
oh,
They
shit.
fucking
shit you not.
They shifted you.
Yeah, I think I
can't
might
say
have
that
been
anymore.
24. I was young, man. I was young. So I'm in London with a bunch of fucking pommies that I hated. It's January.
A pommy?
so-
what the fuck is a pommy?
So was it just
bro?
you by yourself
It's
that
a
went?
English. It's a fucking douchebag. Yeah, just me.
It was just you. You didn't go with a couple friends and say,
No.
hey, let's go. It was just you.
I don't have friends.
Literally,
So-
if you think about Gert's life, since he was 12, he's been kind of a fucking orphan.
Yes.
Like he's
On
been
his
literally
Oh, I loved
On
it.
his own.
running
I
himself
fucking love
since
it.
he was 12 years old. That's wild.
You imagine
Yeah.
doing that to a 12-year-old now?
In America,
Here?
they wouldn't survive.
Never.
No.
Homeless.
Well, I had
Yeah.
to.
No, they'd just die.
Yeah.
Homeless.
Sink or swim.
Yeah.
So, I shit you not. I'm standing at one of those red phone booths
Oh yeah, yeah.
on a corner. There's sleet. I've never seen this shit in my fucking life. It's iced rain that hits you like a needle.
Oh yeah.
Like a dagger.
Yeah, and I'm like, what the fuck? I call my parents up for the first time in how long?
You're all
I go, I don't know what the fuck to do.
Go to Minnesota in January. You'll get that same
It's
feeling.
probably the same
It's
thing.
correct.
Oh, it is. I'm telling
I've
you.
never seen snow in my life.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
See? 24 years old.
What trips me out is I remember
man.
telling that Gert's probably 150 degrees out there. Gert's like, no, it's not that hot. Bro, well, it's hot all year round.
So, what do I do?
And then you didn't know the language.
Well, I did.
English.
No, but they don't
my
speak
English. My English was shitty, but I could get by.
Oh, Gert,
It was
Yeah.
like Miguel.
you didn't know English?
Yeah.
At the
At that
time.
point?
Second language.
Oh, at that.
Well,
so,
you had English classes in high school, but remember, there's English schools and there's Afrikaans schools.
so
I was in an Afrikaans school.
your native language
is
is.
Afrikaans.
It's not that.
Dude, come on.
I was fucking around with them.
Gert,
So-
but your native language is
Afrikaans.
Afrikaans.
Imagine Dutch.
And okay, so it's a
Imagine they're
mix.
taking Dutch, Malaysian, French, German. They throw it in a pot. They mix it.
Are you sure that's a real language?
Oh, you shouldn't say that on a podcast.
That sounds crazy.
Yeah, it's language. It started. They
So
call-
you use
So what's
different
the-
syllables from each.
I can understand Dutch. I can read it. I cannot speak it because I'm rusty. So imagine Mandarin and Cantonese, or you know what I mean? It's like they can read it. I know my wife can, but they can't speak it. I can read it, and I can
Right?
listen, like watch a movie, and I can
Understand what they're saying.
I can understand what they're saying. I can't speak it because they use different words that
It's a different
like
slang.
puss in their language
Puss.
is a cut.
Is a cut.
A cat.
Oh, never
Oh,
mind.
puss.
In
I said something else.
P-O-E-S. and in Dutch is a cat.
Okay.
In Afrikaans, it means pussy.
Yeah, but like
It's
a,
slang.
That's the same thing.
but it's two different
Yeah.
things, right? It's here in the U.S.
are like-
That's just how you interpret it
a
at that
pussy
point.
cat.
No, but here it's spelled different in my language, and in Dutch it's spelled exactly the same. It means two different things.
Well, no, I think that's
If I say, "Hey, you have a nice puss,"
I got you. Yeah.
Puss?
yeah, but
I-
it depends on that depends
So
on the
wait.
it's situational. If you see a girl naked at that point, like you got a nice puss, you know.
Well, you hope,
obviously
you
know what
hope
you're
she's
talking
not
about.
Dutch.
Well, maybe the cat
Because if she's
cat is right
Dutch,
behind her.
she's thinking you're talking about a cat.
Yeah.
Well, why would it be a cat? The cat. It's a slang for cat. Huh?
puss.
No, but that's the thing is, I want to say you have a nice cat, but
Yeah.
now I call you a puss. And in Afrikaans, that's a horrible slang word for.
Well,
That's like
I
calling you a
guess
cunt.
Back in
Oh.
the day,
You know what
it
I mean?
didn't mean the same thing. Nowadays,
Yeah.
it does mean.
I
the
feel like
same
it would
thing.
now. Nowadays,
Yeah,
I feel like
nowadays,
they
we
just
said
blend
puss.
over.
And nowadays it does probably because people, there's the internet.
Yeah.
But
But
yeah.
okay, so back then,
I'm in England.
literally, your native language is
Afrikaans.
Afrikaans.
Afrikaans, but it has technically 4 languages put to.
I think there's
together.
more. It was called the kitchen language.
Huh.
Because the Dutch had their slaves that they brought from Indonesia. So the
Oh,
Dutch.
the Micronesians.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. Well, Java, it was called Java back then, but it's Indonesia and Malaysia.
Yeah.
So they settled in Cape Town because back then there was no Suez Canal. And I know it's hard.
What?
No, the Suez Canal was built in the
The Suez Canal?
40s.
Sewage.
Suez.
Oh.
In Egypt, between Egypt and. I'm teaching you geography.
You are. Yeah. I never heard any of this shit.
Anyway, so I'm in England. I got nowhere to go. I got no food. I think I had 20 pounds on me.
Of what?
20 pounds.
Money.
Oh.
Pounds.
Oh my God. Money.
England.
This is before the euro.
Only 20 pounds on it.
This is
Damn, bro, that's weight. Huh?
Mind you, he's in Europe. He wouldn't have used pounds. He would have
yeah.
said kilo.
No doubt. Yeah, you would have said kilos.
So I had nowhere to go. I pick up. I think it was like a classified.
Ed?
Yeah, and they are looking for truck drivers. I'm like, yeah.
You became like, okay, fuck, that's wild.
Fuck, I'm gonna go drive a truck. And I have a Class A license. Back then they have a different name for it there.
Yeah.
But Class A is Class A, so I can drive a rig.
Big rig, yeah.
So it
18.
turns out it's at a brewery.
Oh, that's fucking tight.
The size of Budweiser. So I'm at the warehouse.
What beer was it?
Oh, so they imported it from here,
Uh-huh.
and then they had their own. It was called Whitbread.
Whitbread. Yeah. Can you still drink it today?
Probably over there.
I'm gonna look for it. Now they have all
Not-
kinds of beers.
You're
now.
not gonna. I doubt it.
Whitbread.
Whitbread Brewery.
You think it's
We're gonna look for it.
WH? Yeah.
W.
Comment below if it's
Well,
still out there.
if you guys drink Whitbread in America, leave
where we can
leave
buy it.
a comment, yeah, and
But-
then show the store. Yeah.
So
Post a picture of the store.
they were distributors for. It was a distribution center. They were distributors also for Guinness,
Okay.
for Budweiser over there. It's the first time I actually drank Budweiser was over there. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And then
Water.
anyway, so I started delivering beer.
It's horse piss.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Clydesdales.
I started delivering beer, and the first thing they had me do is short runs, and then they sent me out, and guess where I ended up one day?
Wow.
Thank you for asking.
Gert, you've been everywhere.
Buckingham fucking Palace.
Oh.
Buckingham Palace has its own town, right?
No, I don't
we
know.
don't know.
Yeah.
Tell us.
Oh, yeah. It has its own little town
Uh-huh.
where the people who cater for the queen and wipe her ass and
Oh,
all that.
that
Yeah,
work
there's a
that-
pub
that
in there.
castle.
So I had to
Wow.
deliver fucking beer to this pub.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So when you delivered, did you deliver in kegs?
Yeah. Big
Cases?
kegs, cases, mostly kegs. Because they don't heat them, right? I mean, they don't cool
They
them.
don't. Yeah, they just drinking fucking.
Oh, room temperature, right?
Yeah.
What?
Well, it's
Yeah.
Room temp-
England, dude.
Yeah, room temperature beers.
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
England. It doesn't really get hot, right?
I don't know. I've never been there.
Yeah, we're gonna have to take
Well,
a trip.
Well,
go-
a heat
South,
wave- a
South
heat wave-
Africa heat to England heat could be completely two different things. I have no
Dude,
idea.
they turn red 70.
Uh,
That's hot.
Wow,
So think of
my life in Berkeley.
I might have to live there.
think of You don't like this?
No,
Oh, I kind of like
and
this.
I'm from Texas.
And you're from Texas. Fuck.
He's lying.
I think it was a crazy time because I don't know, looking back right now.
Did you need clearance for that to get into Buckingham Palace?
No, it's before 9/11. Go deliver beer.
Yeah,
but
but
honestly, still, when
he
it's
can
a-
get on any plane with
No,
anything
I
in
used
his
to
luggage.
smoke
but
on a
it's not-
cigarette.
This is now technically a government place, right? Where you still need some sort of clearance.
No,
Yeah, you did.
No,
Dude,
think
I
of it this
don't-
way.
I don't think so.
Nobody was assassinating
Yeah.
the queen, so they had
Yeah.
no.
There was
they had
nothing. There was
no
pre-
protocol.
There's pre
I
9/11.
can see that.
So if you want to go into a military base,
I didn't go
They don't
into-
just let anybody
Yeah,
in.
but it wasn't the military base.
I wasn't going to
But it's a
Buckingham.
government, right?
No,
I wasn't
it's-
going
it's
to
a
Buckingham-
town.
Listen.
I wasn't going to Buckingham Palace.
He was in
I was
there,
going
yeah.
to the town
Yeah.
Okay.
that is next to
Right,
it.
right.
But the point is, the guy goes, "Yeah, we're going to Buckingham Palace today." What? Or wherever the fucking queen lives. Like, what? Why?
Oh, you had a passenger with you?
Yeah, because
Yeah, help
there
her.
was no GPS. This guy.
He knew the
was
route.
reading the map.
He knew.
Yeah.
He was reading the map.
Yeah.
There's no tom tom.
Did he fucking flip the map upside down? Be like,
Oh,
oh,
fuck.
send you the.
Yeah, you had a kid, those that you see in the I remember having this young guy one time.
Gangadine.
No,
Who the fuck is that?
He sounded like one of those other East Enders, and he was from the east side of London. He knew London like a fucking cabbie, dude.
Oh, he's all
Hang a
it's
left.
slow over here. We're taking a shortcut.
No, because it's not a grid system, right?
Yeah.
It's
I have
London.
no idea.
Take that
Oh.
roundabout 8 times.
Yeah, 8
and then
times, and then
finally
exit over on this side at a high speed. Oh, it was terrible. I don't know how the fuck I made it, but I did.
Good. I
it.
thought you were gonna go the opposite way of terrible. I thought you were gonna be like, yeah, it was great, and him knowing where it was going.
No, I
You're all,
mean
"It's
now
fucking
that I
terrible."
look back, it's probably why I lie awake at night.
Oh,
because I'm
no.
like, why did I?
Stressful.
You know,
He's like, why did I make those 5 right?
Well, no.
could have made one left.
Let me
I don't
tell you
get it.
something.
An NASCAR driver.
so I'm getting paid probably I can't remember minimum wage, right?
What's minimum wage?
Yeah, that's actually
go.
a good question.
Yeah.
That is a good.
Don't ask
What are
me.
you making £3 an hour?
It was very little.
Plus a 6-pack of beer.
Yeah. Whatever
Well,
fell off the
I got-
truck.
Did you?
Every spot that you deliver to, it's probably like this till to today. They ask you, do you want a takeaway, or do you want one to go?
That's.
I mean,
fucking
do you
tight.
want one now?
Yeah.
You want one
So
now,
my
one to go?
co-driver, he would go, fuck sure.
Takeaway.
And you collected them.
I would collect them. I'll take them home.
Oh, because they didn't
Well,
open
I'm
it.
the driver. I got class
So-
A license.
I thought they would open you a beer and just here you go, sir.
Well, I'm not
While you're
going to
driving.
Do you want?
Yeah, but he gave kegs, so a takeaway. How
No,
they
no,
get a
no,
can
no,
opener?
but he
no,
also
yeah,
delivered.
bottle.
This was
Bottle.
back in the day.
He also
before,
delivered bottles.
I delivered bottles, kegs.
Gotcha.
Well, I don't know. Did you watch that Van Winkle? That special where where that guy that was stealing all that. It's on Amazon or Prime. Something
No.
like that. It's pretty
It's
good.
on Amazon now.
or Netflix. I'll check it. I'll tell you to.
Yeah.
I actually watched it. Where,
When Winkel?
what's that whiskey? Or that?
Oh, Pappy,
Oh,
Pappy.
Pappy Van Winkle.
Yeah.
No, Van Winkel. So we say Van Winkel. It means from the shop.
Okay.
That's exactly what that word means. It's a Dutch word.
Okay.
So,
Just
so
FYI.
that thing is
So
Pappy, which is
Pappy Van Winkle
It means-
is a
from the shop.
But Van Winkel means if it's Van Winkel and it's spelled the way I think it is. I don't know what it looks like, but that's a Dutch word, dude. That's
no, yeah, Van
full on
Winkle.
Dutch.
well, that would be the distiller or owner's name
Oh,
This is his last
whiskey
name.
that we're talking.
He was probably a Dutch.
But still,
anyway,
his last
Yeah.
name could
Anyway,
be that.
Yes.
interesting.
You know?
employees within the facility were stealing barrels of shit and bottles, and it was just a bunch of different, bourbons and whiskeys.
Whiskeys, yeah.
that they were
Oh, the
Bourbon.
guys got fired while I was there because there was a lot of that where they deliver.
Oh, the delivery never made it.
So that's what I was asking.
They delivered
You know, did you get
4
extra
kegs to this pub, but
many did you
somehow
to the
6 was
personal
delivered.
party.
Or they load them, and so there was this thing going on inside the warehouse. Apparently, come on, man. I'm a temp hire, right?
Temp?
I can't get
Yeah, temp.
the union.
Yeah.
the union.
Oh, you guys
I
are
can't
union.
become a union.
Mind you, he came to the country as a guest
Yeah.
on a
This is
2-year.
still his first year. This is his first year in the country still.
He's
Yeah.
like, I got to fucking.
In Europe.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want to be in that fucking ice cold fucking weather. I need a fucking.
No, it was never. I just needed a break. I didn't know what to do. So
That's 24. So we're
So-
at a quarter of his age.
Yeah, literally.
So,
So,
I
we
mean-
ran.
I
so
fucked
before-
up-
From our break, because
Back.
that is
We're back.
break.
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Thank you to the Thank you
So-
to Peppy Van Winkle.
We might not have moved, but we're back.
No, I have moved my ass cheek a little bit because I'm getting numb here.
Take a whiff of that.
Yeah. That's why. Oh, I gotta go over here. God damn it, Gert. So okay, so 2 years in England, and
In
then what
England,
happened?
Well, I had to fucking leave.
Oh, they fucking kicked you out?
No, because your visa run out, so you had to either the company
Marry
either needs to-
somebody?
No,
Sponsor?
no,
No.
England.
What's wrong with the English?
Oh God, just the voice alone just makes my wheel.
Did you catch that? Pick up that accent?
No.
No, never. Come on. Did you?
Does he
Did
have
you?
the accent now?
Yeah, Gert
No,
does.
I don't.
Yeah, he
Yes,
sounds like
you do.
fucking-
I don't know.
Gert, you have an accent.
Yeah, he
Well,
he
it's
doesn't think
France.
he does.
It's
But he sounds like fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger. sometimes.
I'll tell you right now, it kind of sounds to me like
German.
no, not German, but we're Daft Punk. So I don't know if you guys know the band
Yeah,
Daft Punk.
I do.
Those guys took a lot of inspiration from a guy named Giorgio Moroder, and I don't know where he's from, but his voice, listening to it, sounds very similar to yours.
I honestly can't listen to my own voice. When I listen to a recording, I sound like I'm.
That's exactly what you
retarded.
sound
So
like.
it sounds like
That's what you sound like.
No, I know.
Okay.
you're not going to listen to this podcast.
No, I probably won't. Just for that reason.
Did
Hey,
you
but
meet,
his family will.
did you meet friends?
Yes, and I found pictures the other day in my garage. Funny that you should ask.
Huh.
One of them was from New Zealand. We might have flipped a.
Well,
So-
let's back up. You went from Europe.
No.
to where?
It's all in England.
Yeah. So he
Oh,
met.
I went.
So I asked if you had
that
met
guy.
any
He
friends.
asked me if I had friends, but I made some good friends.
So it's safe to say that England is kind of like the U.S., where it's a melting pot of different cultures.
God,
and,
yeah.
and people that move there
But
too,
but
right?
but back then different, right?
I don't know. I wasn't.
I'll
there.
tell you.
Okay.
It's the and there was the white.
Oh, Indians. A lot of Indians.
yes,
I heard that from
and
you.
and
Yeah,
they
now Paris is full of them.
Paris?
yeah. because since
There's technically no border flooding.
no
I had a co-
Italy too.
Yeah.
who just
horrible.
went. I'm going to have to ask him.
Yeah, she probably say she got
So tell me,
she got cheap
there where
beer.
they're- anywhere they're not.
That's what we did.
Back then it was
No, I'm talking about now because you guys are
Fuck
saying
no,
this,
I mean,
they're
where this-
everywhere. There's 9 billion.
What?
There's
Indian
more.
or something like that?
Yeah, I think there's more.
I might be making that up.
As a race, like they're like almost rival the Chinese. The Chinese have
No, I think
the,
they
like,
beat-
the hugest population.
No, I
Well,
think
look at the
Indians-
footprint of India versus China.
They're everywhere.
It's this
Even
small.
in my
Right.
hometown.
Yeah, no, that's
They're
they
taking
they,
over.
they founded your hometown.
Yeah.
Where's this?
Where he lives now.
No, so back then, if you did go outside of London, it was white and it was English. I went to. Anybody know Rod Stewart?
Yeah, Rod Stewart.
I don't
singer.
know him, but I know.
No,
of
I
him.
mean, but you know of him. You
Yeah,
know
I heard
that,
his songs.
So Rod Stewart has.
I
this-
picture you having his hair in the 80s.
I didn't have that much hair. so we. I'm driving down this little. So imagine you're driving a rig down a little avenue where one car can fit. So now there's another car coming from the front. I got a rig.
Oh, so you're like, back the fuck up, bud. 'Cause
I'm not backing up.
You gotta back up.
So there's these turnouts, and we fucking going down this alleyway, which they say it's a road. And the guy goes, "Oh yeah, Rod Stewart lives over there." Back then, what do I know? I go, "Oh, okay."
Would you look over there and there he was in his window?
No.
He goes,
It was a it was a weird stage
that'd have been
because
funny.
I came back to South Africa and I go, "Fuck, I just did that by myself."
Yeah.
Anyway, came back to South Africa and then found a job through a friend who said to me, "Get this certification
So was this after the
after England."
Nelson Mandela kind of?
No, yeah, things have settled a little bit, right?
So now you as a white person can get a job.
It was still a friend to somebody who did me a favor, and anyway, I had to get a diploma / whatever in international trade, which I paid for. And
So did you go to school again, or you just paid somebody?
it was a private
Like
a private school like let's say like
Trade school.
yeah, like a school.
So you went back to another trade school to get.
So I
that
went
done.
to school, international trade, got a
The high school was probably vocational.
No. The high school is
high school.
yeah, but it's an what do they call it? Not
Vocational.
no, an emphasis in a certain trade. So he went.
Yeah,
to high
that's
school with
exactly
an
what it was.
emphasis
So he went to
in-
a trade school.
Which was a vocation, right? So-
Technically, yeah, you choose a vocation. So that the school he went to was a standard high school. So they taught you everything else, but an emphasis
No, but
in.
he just said
that-
he
Well,
never
it'd be a
learned.
tech school.
He never learned. What
Yeah,
is
he
it?
learned math. Well, I mean, at that school, you said you didn't learn history. Did they?
You didn't
there's
learn
a history
history.
class.
We had history, I think, up to when I was like 16, where you had to take a history class.
Okay, so he learned world history.
Yeah.
That's what you learned.
Something like that.
When the Dutch came over, that's when it started.
Jesus.
No, we it's probably like Mexico too. Outside of America, I think you are forced to learn world history, not America's history.
Real world history.
Yeah.
The world history.
Yes. How it
There-
really
there-
happened.
Yeah, there was no World Cup where people just within America plays this game. It was the actual World Cup where people from all over the fucking globe plays this game,
So you get your job.
which was rugby.
Yeah, rugby. Yeah, probably. Soccer. Football, actually, football.
Rugby.
You get your job back out in South Africa.
Get the job back and
It was a trade.
international.
school.
So international trade. So what was my job? I literally was a logistics manager for a company.
Huh.
Funny how life works. Not planned. The company's headquarters is, you guessed it, in London.
I was gonna say probably back where you just came from.
Yep.
When you say logistics company, a shipping company.
A shipping company, which was. There was some sketchy shit going on over there. I
Drugs,
think-
drugs, cars.
No,
women.
no.
What are they sending?
You know when
What
somebody
are they
tells
putting
you
in
they're
containers,
import,
Gert?
export,
Yes.
and you kind of go, really, are you?
Oh, so drugs.
We exported fruit from the Cape Province to mainly Europe. So I had a liaison in London and in Holland and in where was the other place we shipped to? Of course. I shipped to here. For some reason, we got a market over here. So we shipped citrus, apples, all kinds of weird shit. Shipped it by a plane, by a boat. I was on the docks, had to watch the loading, had to deal with trucking companies. I was basically you, but a bigger headache with more moving parts. Because we had the shipping company, we had the trailering companies, we had the container companies, we had the
Air companies.
air comp. Oh, it was a fucking nightmare. Shipping stuff that will rot in no time, and you have to ship it to Europe, and it takes 30 days to get there.
30 days.
Well, from Africa to Europe, I think at that point was like 21 days. to here it was.
So what did you
30.
guys do to preserve the food?
If you don't know, it happens to your food over here too.
Mhm.
They put it in something called controlled atmosphere,
Oh, okay, sure.
and it's basically a treatment.
Yeah.
And then it's in refrigerated containers.
Mm-hmm.
So the moment it comes out of the,
Off the tree.
Controlled atmosphere.
then it starts to ripen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then it's so when it goes on the shelf in Sainsbury's, in London,
It's supposed to be at its ripeness.
then it goes. Then it looks beautiful, and 2 days later you're like, "What's that? These fucking black spots on it."
I see.
No, but I mean that's ultimately what it's
Yeah.
been in controlled storage for so long. You take it out, then it doubles, doubles.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
How long did you do that for?
Right before 1999, I think it was.
Right. Y2K.
About 5 years.
The company decided it was a good idea to sell to a competitor.
Went downhill. Didn't it?
No.
Oh, they exploded.
No. I come in on Monday. Things are kind of weird. On Thursday,
Oh, Gert, thanks for everything. Bye.
they said to me, "Hey, your BMW company car that you had, leave the keys over there. All management, every one of us,
Oh, they cut everybody.
gone." So they sold the export side. The farm is still there. So they sold the export
But
side.
they didn't
of
need
the farm.
any of you guys.
No, because we were the export side.
Yeah.
We were the admin / export /
And their company was already doing that, so they didn't need to
They
hire
already
anybody.
had those guys.
Yep.
So it's like, just shows you again.
Yeah.
You think you're
you're
going to
just
work
a
for
number.
a company like your dad did for 50 years and forget about it.
Well, I mean, Gert, technically, your years would have been those years. You know what I mean? Like, you should have, well, in America, anyways, you would have worked for a company for 50 years and that'd have been it. But obviously, your scope is outside of America, which is pretty insightful. So it's been pretty bumpy, and if to say the least.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
it sounds like you hit your 30s,
here,
and it was like this.
Yeah.
right here. And so now I come here.
So wait. So this goes under, right? You lose your job, and what happens next?
I mean,
I did exactly what I did. I looked for a job for probably a month or two where I had referrals, go see this guy, go see that guy, same business, same industry. And then I realized to myself, for some reason, I'm standing there and I go, I was in Durban. Durban is like Florida of South Africa.
Oh.
And I'm standing in Durban. They paid for the Airbnb. Oh, back then it was a guest house. And I've seen the first guy. He offered me a great job. Same thing. Car, the whole package. And I'm standing there and I go, I don't fucking want to do this. I don't want to do this.
You're over it.
I don't want to do this. There's something. It's just there's something. So I put my shit, some with my parents, put some in storage. And my brother at the time was in Florida.
Oh.
So I said, I'll go to the U.S. So I went to the U.S.
So you hit Florida first?
Uh-huh.
So wait. You don't just say I'm going to the U.S.
Well, I mean,
Well,
he
I
said
had
his
to get-
brother, his brother was out there.
Yeah, but wait. You
I had to
just don't-
I had to get the things, the papers.
Your visa.
I had to get the visa. It wasn't that hard back then.
Apparently, 2 weeks ago wasn't that hard either.
Well, I don't know, bro.
No,
He knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's easier in the 90s, I'll tell you that.
it was the end of the 90s. So Clinton, I think, was still in power,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
So it was at that time. They were very South Africa friendly. There were deals done, right? So came here, met my now ex-wife in Florida.
Mm.
And if my wife is watching this, I'm sorry.
That's your ex-wife or your new
No.
Your new wife, you're sorry.
That you met her.
Oh God.
You met her.
But then,
Wait, Gert.
can't control that.
Gert, your ex-wife, she was a natural Floridian?
from here,
Floridian.
Yeah, she was born
from
and raised
here,
in
From the
Florida.
Bay Area.
Bay Area,
Oh, she's from the Bay Area.
Pacifica.
Oh, Pacifica.
Yeah.
You might know
She
her.
must have had money.
Yeah.
No, she didn't.
No, her stepdad, is got an HVAC company. He was a fireman, HVAC company, that kind of guy.
Yeah,
you
it
know?
sounds pretty well off.
Blue collar.
Yeah,
He's not a showy kind of guy.
I get it.
Nice guy. Anyway,
So,
I meet her over there.
was she in college, Gert?
No, she was working on a yacht.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, she
My
could've went
brother
to
was
college.
working on a yacht. multi-million-dollar, big 150-footer or whatever
Oh, shit.
size it was. And I was like, let's see how this goes.
Mm.
So I started working on a yacht and a different yacht. Got a job in the business. I'm going to stay for a while.
So did you have a permit to work, or
No.
were you getting paid under the table?
I had to run from ice.
The ice came for you, bro.
Back in the days.
Oh, they do it then too.
What cracks me
They
up
do
is
it now too. The one place that they always go to is the docks, the dry docks, right?
I just find it funny because obviously, Gert, you don't look like
No, but it's-
an illegal, right?
If
Well,
you
I
add-
mean, technically, what does an illegal even look like if you want to get into that conversation?
Right.
But
He could be Chinese.
Oh, exactly. So ultimately, it just and
We just
maybe the
assume.
ICE's eyes. You look like you'd belong more than others, but
I
obviously that
had
was
no
not-
papers.
That was not the fucking.
There was no fucking papers, my friend. So anyway, yeah, I hid one day. I hid in the in August in Florida. I hid in the I don't know how well you guys know these big yachts, but where the chain and the chains go into a chain locker.
Oh, okay.
It is the size that two of us, and it happened to be that day two of us, crammed in there, where his knees here, other knees over here.
Mike.
It's
So that's why you want to grab Alex.
it's
Fernandez.
90.
Get in there with me. Get in there.
I'm
with
going
me.
in the chain locker.
Hey, he was having flashbacks, bro.
It's 90 degrees out. It's about 100 humidity.
And how-
It's August in Florida.
Right.
Like today.
Kind of cool.
yeah.
It's nice. It's breezy. You
Yeah.
complaining about today?
That's fucking hot. I'm complaining about today. It's hot.
And it's. I'm sitting there going, well, I guess I'll go to jail. They deport me. I'll never come back.
All this is going through your mind as you're hiding
Yeah, of
behind
course.
the chain.
No, I'm not. No, there's no chain.
fuck.
The chain we took out. The boat has been worked on. It's just a compartment
Oh, I see. So
that
you guys-
smells like
Grease.
no
ass.
seafood or barnacles.
Not like
nasty
rust,
shit.
mainly rust.
Oh.
Rust. Which anyway, so I'm sitting in this thing. You can't quite hear on the dock. On the boat where they're walking, but they're looking for us.
Yeah.
Oh, looking for anybody.
They're looking for anybody. I'm hiding in the locker.
Yeah.
They were probably just not that keen that day to look for anybody.
You're not that savvy.
But yeah, that was probably the second or third time I had to run.
So here's the question: do you think somebody reported you?
Ah, he said they should.
Everybody knew. It was just, hey guys, today let's do a stakeout on this. So they go to this dock.
Okay.
It's off of this and okay, so go there. Everybody knew it's all Cubans. It's all illegals.
But the
Hey-
Cubans, as long as they got to shore and they made it here, they were granted,
Asylum. I don't know.
asylum.
Maybe.
I don't
So a
know.
little bit different.
Hey,
In your case,
I had
right?
nothing, right? I had nobody. Right?
What's funny to me, Gert, is that you went back to work the next day and you're like, oh fuck, Joe, Tom, and Bob is gone. Like, was that like something that was real? Like, hey, we're missing half our crew.
Well, it was such.
I guess they got gone.
It was
Guess
such.
what, Gert? You just got a promotion.
Gert,
No, the
hey,
cap.
Gert, you're still here? Manager.
Well, I was left in the engine room, and this guy figured out that I was good with technical stuff, so he put me in. So we had to yank out two motors and the exhaust. And if you don't know what an engine room looks like,
So go back a little bit before you even move to that
Yeah.
point, right? Because you said your ex-wife now and your brother worked for.
two different. They were in the yachting
Okay,
business.
so they said, "Hey, I have a brother that just came from Africa, and he's looking for a job. Are you guys looking for help?" Is that how it went, or
No, my brother being my brother, I saw.
that's another podcast?
It's another podcast for another day. He left 3 days after I arrived from South Africa
What the fuck?
to go to
Oh, a different
the
boat.
French Algarve with the yacht.
Yeah.
So
see ya.
see ya.
He's like, bro, you made it? I'm leaving.
Yeah, see ya. He was there for 3 days, 3 or 4 days, something like that. So he left, and I went to what they call a crew house, which is similar to a hostel, and they're still there to this day in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
They're all over the place, and you stay there with a bunch of young people. You have a bed. I was at the
party.
bottom bunk of a there's
You were a bottom.
I was in the bottom.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Well, I mean, at least heat rises.
And we were in a nice house with a pool. You know, your typical old Florida home.
They took care of you then.
So who owned it?
No, you paid. God, dude, I remember.
Oh, you-
There was a lot of money. You pay for your room.
You
Yeah.
paid for that shit. And
Yeah,
you're
you're
in a
a-
bunk bed? I'd be pissed, I guess, at that point.
Oh, you're so American. You have no choice. You want a
so
job?
I know to say, actually, technically,
You are American.
Gert technically is illegal, so yeah.
No, but seriously, you want a job, you want a place to stay. I got a place to stay.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's all it is.
It's kind of what farmers used to do on the fields here.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, not even
you
the
want to
fields.
pick?
The horse races.
Live here. Right?
And
Same
you
thing.
still pay for your bed.
Yeah, you still got to pay, and they take away from this, and that. Now you made 2 cents.
Here's your
the whole
dollar.
day.
That's exactly.
Here's
right?
your dollar. Thanks for
The
showing
only
up.
difference to me was my money was paid under the table. It was cash at the end of a Friday.
All $3.
No, actually, I got back then. I remember it was like
And nice.
$600 a week.
So close to 2000s.
Bro, $600 a week in 1999?
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
That's
To
fucking
2000.
great.
No, but remember, it's the yachting business, dude.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't
Money
know what that
up.
even means.
Oh, let me explain.
How many hours?
Oh, good question.
That's the answer.
24
No.
times 30.
Like
No,
16 hours.
you were.
And we never sleep.
I put in more hours because we were behind schedule, but
24
generally
times 30.
you work. There was no.
There's no time.
No,
What?
You work. You get to job at 8 in the morning, and you leave at 7-ish. It's Florida, dude.
And
almost,
so who were you working
no
for?
wonder why there's a lot of meth use out there.
Yeah.
That's why we're. Hey,
The captain employs you.
so the captain basically runs the ship.
The
He works for somebody else.
the owner,
So he's in charge of hiring the crew.
either him or his wife, or they put it through a hiring agency.
Okay.
So much like what we do.
Right.
Either we run through the whole shebang, or who am I going to hire? But so they're looking for.
Did you get rid of that agency, by the way?
He's trying to employ them right now. He's like, hey, can you find us
yeah.
somebody?
No, they're on pause.
Conversation.
Yeah.
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 So
I had to say it because the other day he was like, "Yeah," he was calling. I said, "Tell them they fucking suck. They're sending wrong people to us."
no, you said yeah.
Anyway, go on. Sorry.
No. So that was
So this is in the 2000s.
there was the 2000s. Then so how do I put it
That was
nicely?
25 years ago, 24 years ago.
I know, right?
Right.
25.
Yeah.
So then she dragged me out to California.
Oh, so you met her?
I met her there.
You met
she
her
was
there
she
in
was
that-
in the same crew house
Okay.
that I stayed at.
What was her job?
She was a chef, cook, something.
Oh.
She couldn't cook for shit.
Oh, well, that fucking sucks.
Well, I didn't like it, but anyway. So then we came out to California because she's from here, and fuck, dude,
So how long were you in Florida, though?
about a year initially.
Only a year?
Only a year. I thought you were there for a lot longer.
Yeah.
No, I'll explain to you. It's a story for another podcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
He got
2001.
kicked out of Florida? Is that what you're saying?
2001.
No. So we
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
now remember I had a
No, you got
one.
let out of Florida.
I would.
let out
I was on a
of
1
ice.
year.
Oh, yeah.
1 year
Contract.
1 year visa.
Okay. Yeah, but so wait. If you're on a 1 year visa, why was ICE chasing you? If you were only there for about a year.
Technically, yeah, you were illegal to be here.
Must have been after.
The rules were different.
I'm trying to remember, Sergio. You're
Is that
asking me
different?
stuff.
Is that a different podcast?
60 days, 90 days.
He had a 90-day
That was
visa.
the visa.
That was your visa.
Fuck.
90 days. So you extended.
I think it's the same today.
you overextended your stay.
I was a little bit over.
Okay.
Oh, right. Yes.
Hey, those people that think white people don't come here illegally, this motherfucker came here illegally.
We used to. Now we don't want to come
He's
here. anymore.
naturalized
It's
now.
not only
He's
the
naturalized
Mexicans
now,
that
but
come
he did.
illegally.
Well,
They
So-
come here illegally too.
We do. We all have a story, right? But I guess
So 2001, you come out to Pacifica.
Yeah.
now I had to start working.
2001?
Yeah.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is-
Now I had to go through the whole process.
Start all over again. 'Cause
Start
there's
all
no
over
yachts
again.
Here.
There's no yachts. There's
is.
no working under the table.
What?
Well, what do I know?
Right.
In Florida, there's a whole yachting community.
Right.
yeah.
Besides, now I'm getting married,
Oh.
and I'm getting legalized, and I go through
Yes.
the whole paperwork procedure.
Were you in love, Gert?
There was probably a time where I thought I was, but now looking back, I'm like, what in the fuck
Or were you
thinking?
doing it because you wanted your green card?
I wanted to go back so bad.
Oh yeah.
I remember the day. So remember, I had California in my head was Baywatch.
Oh, shit. 90210.
Yeah.
Fuck.
No, oh yeah, like Chips. Remember Chips
Yeah.
back in the day?
I do.
Yeah, but you could have ended up
I thought
in the Central Valley. Then you were
I could have.
What-
Oh, I would have turned the fuck around and drove back.
Yeah, because that would have marked
No,
his
hell
hometown
no.
in South
I'm
Africa.
sorry. Is that where he lives? I'm sorry, dude.
No,
At
don't live
least
there.
it was the ocean. That was
I
the
don't live there.
saving grace.
No,
the
he
ocean.
doesn't live there. No, but yeah. You think of California. You think of California. You see Hollywood, ocean, all that stuff. That's what you think
Well,
California
I also
is.
thought.
But it's not.
From the outside in. We're from here, right?
Yeah.
But
I
from
also
the
thought
outside in.
sunshine, Sergio.
Yeah, that's,
I'm driving into
that's here.
Pacifica.
That's,
It's fucking fog,
Okay,
and it's
that's-
September.
that's real.
Yeah.
Oh, what the f?
And the water is fucking cold.
And the water. Well, Cape Town's water is freezing.
Is it?
The moment you go around the tip of the bottom, then it gets warmer.
Okay.
Oh, because you're going into, what is that, the Gulf of...
It's the Indian Ocean.
Okay, Indian Ocean, never mind. I thought there was a Gulf right there, but that's not.
I think we.
Right in that section, the tip, I thought that was a Gulf of something.
What?
Well, you're in the wrong tip.
No.
Yeah, you got the wrong tipping you, buddy.
Like literally,
I think you're on the wrong-
You know,
Africa-
North Africa, South Africa comes down, rolls into the tip because that was the major one where the famous guy sailed around in the middle of the 1820s, whatever.
Vasco
the
da
fuck it was.
Gama?
I don't know what his name is.
16.
In that Gulf, I thought it was a Gulf of something. I thought that's what it was.
I should pull out a map.
Right here.
Yeah, there's the map right
I
there.
don't see a.
Oh, it's right down at the bottom.
Yeah,
Right here.
yeah, the very bottom of the tip. I thought it was the
fucking
Gulf
Gulf
over there. No, to the,
On the
right of
on
it.
the right.
That's,
Yeah.
That's like a little island.
But yeah, I guess you're right.
That's Madagascar.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's lions there running around, right?
No, that's beautiful, dude. That's where the Seychelles. Anyway, beautiful continent, isn't it?
Not too far from South America.
Well, there's a huge Afrikaner community straight across in Uruguay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's literally same climate, same. So guess
The
what?
Nazis also went that way too.
They did. Well, we don't know for sure.
No, they did for sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
Apparently, Sergio
Argent-
knows.
Argent-
Sergio said he knows.
Argentina.
them too. They hid there and in Uruguay.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
Uruguay.
there's documentaries based on this.
Uruguay is good money.
Yeah, you been there?
There's a huge Afrikaner community, South African community between South Africa and Argentina. There's.
Do you have you been there, or do you have
I would
people
like to
that
go.
You know?
I would like to go. I
do
have
too.
not been to
I'll invite you when we go.
South America, South America. I never thought about Mexico because, believe it or not, I thought the same thing.
You thought it was
No,
chickens
I was
running
just
around,
like,
goats and all that shit.
I have a story for a different
That is
podcast
there.
about my trip to Mexico. One of my trips.
You went to TJ.
No,
Where?
What year?
Baja, California.
Oh, Baja's different.
It's,
But we went in from Texas.
no, that's what?
What?
Between from Texicali,
That's
Mexicali.
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 Texas on the
Mexicali
right
is in,
side.
in
So how did we end up in Baja, Texas?
Texas
We came
is over
across.
here.
That was a long
That's a
adventure
long
for you.
motherfucking way. Baja is this.
Yeah.
That's the strip.
That's
Where
Baja.
is San? Oh
Cabo?
no, we didn't go to Cabo. We drove in.
You went to
Oh, I'm sorry.
Rosarito.
It's from Arizona entrance.
Oh, you went to Rocky Point,
I don't know.
Puerto Peñasco.
What do I know?
Yeah.
So we drove in. We were stopped by the
Ray
short
took
story.
Ray took me there.
Stopped by the Federales. They went to the Jetta. I had a Jetta. They went through the Jetta's trunk.
What were you doing in Arizona?
He was with his wife, I guess.
I had no papers yet. We driving across country. We took a little detour.
See, he went into Mexico. He had no fucking, but he was able to come back.
It's 2001.
I got to the border. The guy asked me, "You American?" Yep.
He says-
literally,
he said
I
like
had
John Wayne.
fuck
that,
all.
that border you're talking
He's gonna
about.
say like John Wayne. Yup.
Yep. I'm American.
And then you were with the white lady.
And I'm
of
with the
course.
white lady.
So that border town that it's called Lukesville or Lukestown, some shit like that. It's literally like you see in the movies. One fucking like little shed and one in, one out. That's it, right?
It was horrible.
Yeah, it wasn't a big border like we're used to TJ or
Yeah.
or in Texas.
Texas, yeah.
This is literally a fucking small little border.
Anyway, I would like to go back to Mexico properly this time.
Properly.
Now that I have
We
papers
should
now.
all
Not
Listen here.
properly.
well, you might.
Properly.
They might pull them out.
Yeah,
They might pull them from under you.
we don't know.
Yeah.
Huh.
You're illegal. I mean, not illegal. You're illegal here, so they can't do very much to you.
No, they can.
But how they gonna do? Doesn't matter. Gert, you fucking found yourself in Pacifica. For
So now
how
I had to
many
start
years?
out- I had
How
to
many years were you out there with that wife?
25.
25 years?
No.
Holy
six,
fuck.
6 years.
Oh, 6 years.
I was married for 6 years. My son,
and
who's
you're
now 23, is about 5 or 6 when we got divorced.
So, but primarily you lived in Pacifica for those 6 years?
Pacifica and then Foster City.
Oh, Foster City.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You're just right here, right by Redwood City, right off
Yeah.
the bridge, 92.
I loved that in Foster City.
Yeah.
I worked for the Teamsters Union.
Oh shit! Yeah. Was it
Yeah.
Local 9? What's their local?
I don't fucking hate.
I think it was like Local 9, something like that.
I know I was out of a local fucking warehouse in Redwood City somewhere. But yeah, I delivered bread
Really?
from 2:30.
Or like Hostess?
Do you remember? You probably don't.
What brand?
It was
They're not.
Little Debbie?
No. There's Wonder Bread and there was us.
Oh.
Fuck. I can't remember.
What was Wonder Bread's competitor? Because Wonder Bread was white bread.
It
So
was
you
a-
delivered
it-
wheat bread.
Blue. I'll see it in.
Blue
it's-
Button.
No.
Blue.
Anyway, I worked for a bread company who then got gobbled up a few months later by Sara Lee
Oh, okay.
and then got gobbled up by.
Bimbo.
Yeah.
Oh, Bimbo.
They own the
That's a
whole.
Mexican brand, isn't
They
it?
own the whole thing now.
It's Bimbo.
They own everything now.
Yes.
They own everything.
Yes.
That's why you don't see the old sourdough companies anymore. Remember
Still do see 'em.
Parisian? Remember Parisian sourdough?
No.
Yeah, that was good shit.
Was it?
Yeah, that was the real deal.
Was it?
It goes bad in like 3 days. You know it's real bread.
Oh, there's that fucking French bakery we've gone to. in
No, I'm
Santa
talking
Clara.
about store bought bread,
Right.
and they used
Oh,
to
but
deliver.
They import their flour from France.
Oh yeah.
Right? So
different.
You have to eat it that day. You
Or
know.
else it's hard as a rock. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that place in Santa Clara.
Good, right?
So at that point, Teamsters Union, you were knocking it out for those 6 years.
Now remember, I'm getting divorced.
Oh,
I'll fill in the blank. I'm getting divorced. I left partially because
Fucking rugby, what it does to you.
I left partially because they, if I had to stay, dude, let me put it this way.
Yeah,
She had
I know.
really, really expensive lawyers.
Oh.
I did not.
Oh,
Lord,
So
Gert,
I had
so you're
to.
saying that she's going to take all your fucking cash.
I had to do some.
No pension for Gert.
I had to do some shenanigans.
So here's the
So
question.
what he's saying is
what
that-
did she do for a living?
Nothing.
What?
So who paid for that lawyer?
Mom and dad.
You.
Pacifica.
Mom and dad.
Oh, really? Okay.
Dad.
Yeah.
Not dad. Mom. Because I'm still friends with dad.
Right. But you're not friends with mom?
She's not friends with me.
Oh, okay.
I don't.
I mean, technically, their relationship lasted less than 8 years.
She went to South Africa with us.
Oh, really?
We went during that 6 years. I think it was 05. We went to
Your
visit.
ex?
We went to visit to South Africa for the first time ever. So
Since you were here.
since I've been here,
And Nick was little.
and Nick was 4, and we went to South Africa so my parents can meet their grandchild.
Was she pregnant already when you got married or you got to Pacifica?
No.
That's pretty quick.
Yeah, no, I mean,
You left 2001 Florida.
it was quick.
Yeah, okay.
She was not supposed to be pregnant, by the way.
Why not?
Something broken inside.
She had one of the IUDs.
You finished
or
breaking her
whatever.
probably.
My stuff hits deep, dude.
Hey, South African.
I don't know what to tell you.
Still South African.
I can't look at Tina sideways and then it's like, kaboom, there's Max. Kaboom, there's Etienne. Anyway, so fun times, man. Fun times. Honestly, I'll talk about the army days as long as you want, but the divorce days I don't want to talk about. So it was horrible. So I started, and this is kind of the time where. What do you do now because you've lost everything? You've lost your house. You literally are starting from the bottom
He didn't know
Up.
anybody.
again.
Yeah, you had no family here.
Yeah, he's
No.
completely alone.
I mean, Gert, up until this point, right, since he was 12 years old, he really was fended for himself.
he was getting it off his own back.
right.
So now I really had to fend for myself because now I'm 30, almost
So the house that you guys had in
Santa Rosa.
oh
We bought a house in
Oh, you
Santa
guys
Rosa.
moved up to Santa Rosa.
We bought a house in Santa Rosa because it was affordable.
Santa Rosa,
At
Yeah.
the time.
the years.
2005. He
So I left
or 2000.
I left the bread company. We bought a house in Santa Rosa, and literally at that time, divorce happened. It was literally the worst timing, worst things that could happen.
when you were literally buying the home, you decided to go through a divorce.
It sounds like that, but it
That's how it happened.
it didn't
Yeah.
quite. Yeah, exactly. And then 2008
Eight
happened.
happened.
And that's the collapse.
That's when everything was
And
expensive.
at that
buy.
point, yeah, super expensive. I bought it at the height. And
then it
anyway,
crashed.
that $650,000 home or $600,000 home I bought in Santa Rosa ended up being a fuck. I stopped looking because it was embarrassing.
Probably 240, 250 possibly.
Which was the real value.
Yeah. 100%.
Nice neighborhood,
No, still,
nice school district.
the amenities there is just can't support that kind of price range. You know what I mean?
It was whacked. Does it ring a bell?
Hey.
Right about now?
Pacific, Santa Rosa.
Foster City.
So let me give you a little background story. The first time I met Gert, kind of fucked around with him and stuff like that. I was like,
Oh, really?
this motherfucker looks like the sketch from fucking the Zodiac Killer,
I used that
Ooh.
different glass.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, now
It
you
looks-
can unsee
Yeah.
it.
So now I didn't know he lived in Santa Rosa. I knew about Pacifica. You
Hey,
connect
don't
the
piss Gert
dots.
off then.
Yeah.
We may
But-
not
but-
be,
but-
he may not be
careful.
showing up.
But the timeline doesn't add up. This
No,
was in
no,
the
no,
70s. Gert was up, bing, pew, 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 in Africa or Angola or where were you doing pew, pew?
Angola.
So it doesn't add up. But
Yeah.
doesn't he look like the sketch?
No, I don't.
Gert, don't make me
Yeah,
pull up
yeah.
that fucking picture.
You guys get a sketch and put it up on the wall.
Yeah, I am gonna fucking have
Scare all
I'm gonna have an
scare all the
artist
new
make
guys.
that. I won't know. God, thank you. I am gonna put that in our office. The sketch of the Zodiac.
I am
Killer.
not going back in there again then.
Why?
I gotta
Hey,
piss.
thank you, Alex.
Yeah. Do you
Hey,
guys
wait,
wanna take a
this
break?
is a good stopping point where
Yeah.
we can continue because that's kind of around the point where the next
Now
podcast
the
Let's take a break.
this is where I got back
Let's
into
take
the
a break.
trades.
we're back.
We're back.
The story.
We're back in
five.
05.
It
Five.
is.
All right. Oh, five.
Right, right. So,
But-
I think that's where we're going to leave it, right?
Yeah,
'Cause
exactly.
We have a lot more to go
Yeah.
over.
I think we'll do it another time.
Gert
Exactly.
has
Yeah.
I feel
a
like
lot to talk about.
Part
Gert
two.
is
His
a
timeline.
definitely healthy individual for
Yes.
part two.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Gert, you,
Oh,
you have a
Jesus.
part two.
We haven't even got to how you even, became co-owner of this now glamorous.
You
plumbing
know,
company.
Service company.
it's one of those questions. If you ask me, why did I not stay at blah 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 company? And if you ask me that question, I will tell you what I've told my wife many times, and she goes, I would say to her, man, if only I've done it back then, right? And my point is twofold. She always says,
You wouldn't have met the best.
you weren't ready. You weren't ready. Number one. Number two, it's always been on the forefront of my head that every company that I worked at, I looked for something that could get me the fuck out of selling stuff or peddling some bullshit.
Yeah.
I wanted to work with my hands. I wanted to be left alone.
Yeah.
Put me in a boiler room with a bunch of pipes and it smells like gas, I love it.
Because you like to blow shit up.
No, but I'm left alone. I don't have to deal with humanity.
Yeah.
You know. And then I go out and then I ended up in San Francisco of all places. Was like, yeah, somebody just stole the bicycle of a tenant that lives on the 6th floor out of the garage.
So
and
that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of stories that he can go. All right.
my shoes got covered in shit
So,
one day.
before
yes.
before we,
Shit.
I got covered.
before we leave
That's
this
also
this
true.
segment number one, what we call this segment number one with Gert.
Let's ask him our
Yes.
quality question.
Yes,
Gert.
Gert.
This is for
with,
the fans.
with everything you've spoke about today, so obviously 2000, so you're divorced and back. During those times and those years that you've lived, what is the craziest thing that happened or
Up to
experience
05.
you
Yeah,
had?
05.
The crazy
That's
experience you had
not
up to that year.
Dude,
Tell me.
I can't.
Yes, you can, Gert.
I can't. No,
I know. Now I know you.
No,
have
not
it in
here.
mind.
Years.
Are we off there?
I'll give you
We're off there.
I'll give
Go
you-
for it.
I'll give you an example.
Let it rip.
I'll give you an example. Timmy was here. He did our podcast. He was our second guest.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes,
Second
yes,
guest,
yes,
right?
yes, yes.
And he came in and said when he was at where you I
another
think you
company.
guys met.
Yeah, the opposite
I
company.
think where you
Bell-
guys. No.
No, this
wasn't
is
that one. It was
yeah.
That's
No,
where
no,
we
no,
met.
No, it was another one.
Sure.
It's
sure. It
different,
was that company.
different. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, why not? Why not?
Just bleep that one out.
Yeah.
Anyway, he said he went to a client's home, right? And he said when the door opened, this guy in sweats opened the door.
Oh, he also said he was like Swedish, bro. So you know.
Shit was just hanging all over the, the place, right? And then he's like, fuck, weirded out, right? Because this guy's just
His
walking
dong
around.
was donging.
Yeah. And then the wife comes in and she's wearing like a teddy or something and half naked. And
Yeah.
I'll tell you that those stories. The probably the funniest shit I can tell you that popped in my head is always when I worked for this company in San Francisco, and I was commercial plumbing, and
no, so
that's
on the other
after
one.
05. That's
No,
what
we want
that's
prior
an
to
axis.
this. Prior.
So I'll tell you. I'll
Give
tell
me
you.
a funny story from Florida, or even England
Florida.
or something.
Yeah.
Try to remember.
Well, I want you to go back to that crazy story that you didn't want to talk about. I feel like that.
No,
that
that
could have been good.
no,
It doesn't have to be sexual.
It's okay.
no, it isn't.
Oh, okay.
Well, I
Was
feel
it
like-
illegal?
Yeah, maybe it was more physical.
Let him
We didn't
tell
do.
the story the way
Okay,
he
so
wants to.
you need to get your head out of the drugs.
I said physical.
Oh, I thought you said drugs. Well, earlier when I said kilo, you thought immediatly kilo.
You never said
No,
kilos. You
you
said
did.
pounds.
I said pound. I said
Bro,
pound.
I had 20 pounds on me, and I was like, okay, that's a lot of weight.
Yeah. That's a lot of weight. That's about.
I didn't even catch that. Dude. I'm such a nuts man. I'm stupid when it comes to like
No,
drug talk.
yeah.
I can tell you there was a certain captain that had his wife, and the captain was a drunk. So the wife was not.
Oh,
She was a pineapple.
yeah. I was gonna say if the captain was
Not
a
not my.
severe, maybe the captain was a severe drunk, so his dong wasn't.
We
donging.
didn't know. I didn't know he was a drunk, but he's always happy when at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock we knock off
in
to-
the morning.
No, in the afternoon
Oh.
to yank out the cooler, and we share beers on the
Yeah,
on the
have a
aft
few.
deck, right on this yacht. But in the morning, he looked like shit, dude, like terrible.
He looked like shit.
He looked like shit. And his wife was younger. She was English. He was American. She was English. Look, it's the yachting business.
Okay.
A lot of
Where are we
crazy-
going with this?
Yeah. Yeah.
The story, I'm trying to think of what not to say because
It doesn't matter.
You gotta
because
let it
those
rip.
people are probably dead, so you can say whatever you like.
yeah, but my wife is alive.
Oh well, still that's fine too.
But Tina wasn't around.
Yeah.
No, she wasn't.
She wasn't
No,
around.
not
We
even.
didn't know
She
her
was a
name.
baby. Still.
This was
Yeah,
oh
yeah,
my god.
She probably wasn't even born yet.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Stop.
That's why I said that's what's crazy.
She was born when I was in the army.
There you go.
Well, there you go.
So, yeah, she was, shall we say, very friendly. So the one day we're sitting on the,
With the people or just you?
I can't speak for other people.
So she was just very friendly to Gert here.
Okay.
Maybe
Very friendly.
maybe that day specifically.
Ah,
So
she was in heat.
we were sanding. We were sanding a specific area, and she had short jean shorts on. Why,
She was
why,
sanding
why
a-
do I remember this?
Those
right?
are called Daisy Dukes.
She was standing
Oh
with you?
man.
She was helping.
Oh, okay.
She was she worked on the boat also, right?
She worked. The captain, we never saw him, but he supposedly did shit.
Oh.
And I'm looking over, and I'm looking at
Cheeks.
the cooler.
Oh, sure. The
'Cause she's-
cooler.
You were in heat too.
The cooler. I was looking at the cooler.
We're sitting
cooler
on the
or the
deck.
culo? Was it the cooler or the culo?
The J's. Huh? Vagina. The vagina.
The vagina. The puss.
She's
The icebox.
she's sanding. She's sanding, and we both. I'm working. Okay, so
And blowing at the same time.
we're standing on this, and I look and I see this. She sees that I see what she knows I wanted to see. Probably
Oh, some roast beef.
I saw the pastrami.
Yeah, you saw some.
pastrami.
Yeah, yeah,
Pastrami.
yeah.
So, and I look at her, and she just looked at me like just dead in the eyes, right? Not look away, didn't close nothing.
Smile.
That kind of a like the English, right? They cool, kind of weird.
It's there. It's there.
I'm looking around, and the captain, which apparently was very jealous of her, knowing his own shortcomings, captain is standing right there
So you
on the top.
This fool-
so
he got
second,
caught. He got
Gert
caught.
Topper
Gert
deck.
was eye to eye, and then
I was
With the whispering eye?
but I was, dude. I was like wrong,
Eye with
He
the
saw-
whispering eye.
wrong place, wrong time, right place, right time. I don't know how you
You
would
saw
put it.
two pairs of eyes and a third eye.
yeah.
And I'm looking, I'm going, fucking okay. Now it's just become triple uncomfortable. What do I?
You just play along like you've never seen anything, I guess.
I just pretended. I mean, this is.
Should've
I wouldn't say it's
pretended
the
against-
wildest story, but it's definitely one of the.
Uncomfortable. So what? I take it that was your last day.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, he's promoted you.
I got promoted to the engine room.
Yeah, you got sent to isolation.
I just remember that one of the guys, last story I promised, was this French dude and his girlfriend. They wanted to get into the yachting business. There's big money in there,
Right.
right? And for anybody with no education, that's what you do. So French dude, he works on the yacht. White little hands, never worked on a tool. We had to remove the asbestos, that wrap that's
Yeah.
around the smokestack.
Yeah.
Bro, there's no way.
No, listen, this is Florida, right?
You know that's
They gave us masks.
Before that time.
They gave us masks and basically what now I know as a crawl suit.
Okay.
A mask and a crawl suit.
Don't inhale.
Did he wear it? Because
He's-
asbestos is
He-
technically fiberglass.
He said to me the following. I said, dude, you're going to die.
So, did he tell you in French?
He said to
English?
me, no, his English was okay. He said to me, I said to him, put your mask on.
Wait.
Oh, he wasn't wearing no
He
mask,
took the
no
mask
gloves.
off because he couldn't breathe properly, whatever. I said to him, you're going to die. And he said to me, in so many words, I would rather die, like I can't. He's sweating.
Yeah.
We're in the
Can't
engine
bear
room.
the elements.
Remember, we had shore power, but the AC was out. So you've got the hatch open, you've got the door open, just to get some kind of airflow.
Kind of like it was in here.
Oh yeah.
No, far worse. And just why? Why did I do that? But I mean, it still happens today, I guess.
Why did you do that? You try to help him out. Thank you for helping him.
It's just like
No, well, why did I do that job?
Oh, yeah. Well, fuck you.
You know what I mean? It's like I was
Punishment.
cutting
What did you do?
asbestos
Jobs.
It was
with a
punishment.
grinder.
Oh fuck!
Oh man. Punishment for looking at the third eye.
Gert.
Yeah, that's why. That's what
his
you got.
punishment. Yeah.
Take off the wrapping around the smokestack because that smokestack has to come out.
Did they take it out? If they didn't take it out, that's
that's
punishment.
we took off the asbestos. Yeah, no.
Fuck.
Both engines came out.
No.
Company?
But that's
What company?
That's kind of when we first started. When Alex and I had this conversation, right? We said, this is the story that people want to hear, right?
Yeah.
What other people are out there that do the same thing we do? That are saying, "Fuck, yeah, you're right. That's exactly." And what we say is, nothing comes easy. If it's hard, it's for a reason. Otherwise, everybody would be doing it, right? But the hard, when it's hard to achieve it. Again, I'm going to go to Ice Cube, right? If you're not willing to put
that's right.
in all the time and make no money, you're not going to be successful. And that's what it's. You just showed us when you left to England. You had 10 pounds,
20 pounds after my first week in the hospital.
right? And you had nothing
For 3 days.
You had nowhere to stay. You had,
We had the hostel, but yeah.
Yeah, but
Well, I
nothing
had
after 3 days, he had a kind of.
I had to make a decision.
He had to pay those 20 pounds went away to fish and chips and probably a beer and then
and train tickets to get around on the underground.
yeah. So I mean that's hustle. That's hustle. It's something we cannot teach the youth. It's not something we can teach. I had somebody writing with you today, right? And I said I can't teach you this. I can't.
I
teach
said
you
the same thing yesterday.
sit there, listen, absorb. That's what I did. And either I wanted to learn or I didn't.
Yeah, but that's still teaching.
It is, but it depends on you.
Well, no, it just.
And he went through 6 apprentices
Right.
Yeah.
And he was an apprentice.
Yeah.
that has no fucking clue.
Exactly.
What?
Were they clueless in the sense of the sun is pretty bright where you're sitting, huh? Were they clueless? Because I'm asking because I know the answer, kind of, sort of. Were they clueless in the sense of he doesn't know which side of the wrench to hold, or was he just fucking clueless in life?
Almost a little bit of both.
Oh,
Because
yeah. Then you know he's lost,
Yeah.
right?
Or it's like,
He doesn't know how to tie his shoelaces.
Well,
Gert, you found this out last week, right?
they know the basics.
The common sense to you.
It's not common for everybody else.
Right.
We say it a lot, and we don't realize how true that is.
Yeah.
Until-
We talked about it last week.
Yeah, and the reason I brought it up because Gert fucking had it firsthand, and he was like, "Fuck,"
Yeah, something that's something we take advantage of. Something that we do every day
and-
becomes a second nature for us. That you should already know. Hey, this is going on. This is this is the reason. But for a new or a budding individual, that same thought process is not there with them.
Right. I'll give you an example, and it could be very, very frustrating. Right. Very, very frustrating. We went through that with my daughter, my youngest daughter. Right. She has dyslexia, and so for her to grasp things, it kind of took her a long time. And like I said, it doesn't mean you're dumb. It just you have to learn a different way. You have to figure out a way. You have to figure it out, though. I can't figure it out for you, right? So I remember used to get into arguments with my wife because why don't you help Sophia? Why don't you help Sophia? Because I'm not a fucking teacher. I'm not trained to show her how to read. So do you want me to sit there and try to teach her and then I'm going to get frustrated? And I think that's what we go through on a daily basis, right? Where we're like, fuck.
I don't want to teach you how to read. I don't want to teach you how to read. Can you at least have the basic knowledge of
What the letter sound like?
It's
You know?
it's
Well, I mean, it's like
That's what it is.
I remember at BMW San Francisco, I gave the girl at the front desk a letter to mail, and she was really cute, huge tits, all of that, right? And she looked at me. She took it, and I just say,
She put it in Santa Claus's.
No. I said to her, address. I wrote it, and then mail it. She walks away. She comes back like a minute later. She goes, so. I give the stamp too.
Oh.
Where does this go?
On the out.
I said to her, "Can I said to her,
Great accent.
just give it to me.
Gert.
Give it to me. I'll put
Good.
it on, and when I leave here today, I'll put it in the mailbox.
I didn't know Gerg had those voices.
That's pretty good.
She had no clue, dude.
But,
and I'm
but
like,
listen, but that's how society is today. It's like my wife says. My mom used to just tell me get out of the kitchen. So I never learned to cook because she says
nah, you just don't like to cook.
no. I'm not.
And it's because he's Mexican.
No, I'm talking about, I'm giving an example of my wife, right? So same thing, right? So we created a crutch for our society where, oh, hey, you see that big blue thing right there? Just drop it off in there. Instead, you took that responsibility away from her and you went and did it because they said if
It's
you
just
want to
so
get it done,
frustrating.
it's, you have to do it yourself mentality, right?
It's also technically, that is a quality statement, but that also comes from the internal nature that Gert can't rely on anybody else because he's already been at 12 and did everything himself.
Correct.
So him giving
It drives
up is
people nuts.
giving freedom, and he can't allow himself
Yeah.
to do that possibly.
Yes.
So it's more an internal struggle.
Give him an iPhone and he doesn't know what the fuck to do with it.
Well,
I don't fucking like everything. And I got 2 of them. I did you study psychology as a major or you came out with some deep shit there? Damn.
All in one.
we're here. Anyways, I think I want to thank you for being here, Gert.
Well, thank you.
I want to say definitely, Gert, next week or the week after, when you got some time to hang out with us again, we can hit this round 2 because I'm excited for this part 2. I hope our viewers are excited.
It might be a part 3.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh God, no.
literally,
be a part 3.
You've done quite a bit, so it's pretty insightful, especially for people that came to the country as well and have built a life and been successful. I'm sure that there's a lot of things you're talking about that channels that same inner like thriving. Like we're making it happen.
I would say this for anybody moving to another country, not another state, but probably the same thing. You move to another country in the days before Apple and Google, where everything was laid out for you, your furniture was shipped to you or given to you over there. It takes an adjustment, not only of adjusting to the culture, but having no structure around you, having nobody around you to support you and lean on and call when you're in trouble or whatever, or to help you. That's rough.
Oh yeah.
Not understanding what people mean when they crack a joke. And you look at them as like, what the fuck are you talking about? That doesn't sound funny. Or you crack a joke and they look at you, Jesus, what the fuck? Stop talking, right? So it's all that. The whole cultural thing is like, and you don't like the food. And It takes a lot of adjustment. And that, I think, it either breaks you or you go, I'm going to make it. Right?
There's no choice, right?
Yeah.
You have no choice.
It's either
Well, you have a choice.
well, look in the mirror.
You can pack up and you can fuck off.
Yeah, he literally has a choice.
But it depends
Either
on you.
You push
Back
forward
up or
or
fuck
you,
off.
Yeah, you pack up and you go back
let
home.
it go.
Right.
And
So-
to me, that was embarrassing. If I had to come back and go,
The failure.
Didn't work out.
everybody else can make it except me.
What a poos.
Yeah, it's a puss.
So Gert, I mean,
Weak puss.
You've lived out of Africa longer than what you've actually lived there. Agree?
I've been out
Except for
of
those 6
Africa.
weeks
I've been
that you
out.
took off.
Yeah, I've been out of Africa longer than because I left, and I came back, and then I left.
Yeah. So you've been out of that country longer than what you.
Here's the weird
actually
thing: is I
lived.
go back every single time, and it's home.
Yeah.
It's like home.
It's different. It hits different,
Yeah.
right? But so here's my question: what is your favorite food?
Food.
Right now.
No, just in general.
Period.
Wait a minute.
Let it run. Let it run. We got
Favorite food, period?
Yeah.
This is it. No more fucking questions from you. No more questions from you because you fucking continue this. No more questions from you. Gert, this is it.
I don't have a.
Answer this question,
No,
Gert.
because
Tell us what the
because
fuck.
I want to
tell
know
us
because
what the fuck.
he left his home country
Man,
and he
this-
probably
this sounds
didn't
like a
eat.
Part 2 question.
He probably-
It is. It is. Sergio's like, we'll run everything in one fucking shot.
Well, no,
Go ahead.
because I'm curious to
Tell
know
us.
because you've been.
I
here
don't have
longer.
I'll be frank with
So,
you.
do you like African food? What is typical African food?
yeah,
Can you
yeah.
find
I'm
it here?
curious. I'm curious. I'm
No,
curious.
we're going
I'm
too
curious.
deep.
They eat a lot of fucking meat,
Okay.
Ooh.
a lot of lamb.
Yeah, lamb's
You
good.
like- you-
a
you like
lot
that?
of fish where I'm from.
Okay.
Seafood.
Nice.
And big on dessert.
Oh,
Okay.
What kind of dessert?
like rice puddings. What?
Nothing
Cake?
you assholes know.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
No, as a matter of fact,
doubt.
Ice cream?
I
Gelatos?
no,
What's
yeah.
a-
I mean,
what's a
look,
typical
Africa
dish?
now.
Probably Danish pastries.
What's a
pastries?
typical dessert?
It's called malfa pudding.
Mofa pudding.
Malfa pudding. You'll eat it once if you like a bready kind of pudding.
Yeah, it's kind of like Joe's mom, right? Used to make that bread.
If you make,
Yeah.
if you
He's
eat
Portuguese too.
Oh,
Maybe it has.
Yeah.
that's probably where it started because
Okay.
there's tons of Portuguese in
Yeah.
South Africa.
Yeah.
We always used to say if. No, I can't.
Just say it.
Just say it.
You already said it.
started.
You
Yeah,
can't-
fucking
you can't
too late.
take
There was a Portuguese guy in the army with me, and
Send
the
us that
first
with
time
a fucking bang.
I heard this when one of the guys said to him, he had like a mustache that he's trying to grow, and the guy, one of the guys said to him, "Oh, you want to look like your mom?" and it took me a while. It took me a while, and I was like,
Apparently they're hairy.
"Oh Jesus."
That's what you're saying.
Yeah, it took me a while to get that joke.
Okay, so
anyways.
so typical food. You don't have a favorite food, but
We have it. Can I get it here? Yeah.
you gave me some dry sausage type of thing.
So a lot of
That's like-
beef.
I,
A lot of beef.
yeah, but it was that sausage you gave me one time at home.
It's
This is
dried
from-
sausage.
Carne seca?
No, it looked like a little sausage, kind of like what you would feed your dog. Be like, yeah.
That's what
So
it.
beef jerky.
But you have to remember.
Yeah, it is kind of like beef jerky, actually.
Over here, everything
I know.
is processed.
Over there,
it's
it's all-
just beef, and they dry it.
Everywhere in the world's like that, buddy.
It-
not just.
Yeah.
It's
No, true.
here.
Here it's processed.
everything
Everything laden
processed.
with fucking garbage. I don't eat beef jerky from here. It's garbage.
Well, it depends. There's some people that actually make it. It's going to cost you more, obviously.
Yeah.
But
Who knows?
if you find it at store shelf, no, of course not.
No, don't buy no Jack Links. Anyways,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Look, Gert. Okay,
Buc-ee's.
we're done with questions.
All right.
We shut the shit with you.
We
Right.
put in the shit.
A lot of interesting info from you.
Yeah. You definitely have to come
Honestly.
back.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I am
Thank you,
going to
guys.
order that fucking picture of the
The
Zodiac Killer.
Unabomber.
And
Oh,
I'm,
No.
You're going to look for that beer.
and I'm going to put it there.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yes, that beer
The
again.
beer
What's that
was
beer's name?
Wind. What was it?
The what?
The beer Wind Wannenbar.
Oh, it's wood bread.
Wind
bread.
bread. Wind.
Don't ask me how I remember that.
Whit
Wind
bread.
bread.
Wood bread.
Gotta
Whit
look for
bread.
that
Yeah,
beer.
want to look it up.
It's Heffenweisen.
Sounds like it.
No, it's like it's like a
Is it a blonde?
a blonde. Yeah.
Oh,
Like a Corona?
No, but Woodbread was the name of the brewery. They had a Woodbread beer, but they made like a darker one and
So when you say whip bread, it's wheat bread?
wit
wit.
Wit.
bread.
That's the maker.
Yeah, but what is that? He's saying they also had a whip bread.
Well, no, that's the
No,
maker.
Woodbread is the company's name. So
Ah,
like
okay.
Budweiser, and then they owned,
They were
and then they made
distributing.
some other brands. Yeah.
Okay.
no doubt.
Woodbread Brewery. Never forget. I drove a Volvo. I still have pictures where the first time I drove on sleet. And I what do I know? And I'm taking a turn this way, you know. Taking a turn and the fucking rig keeps going straight. The next moment the wheels caught
Yeah,
tarmac.
and you
Yeah.
fucking
It
snap.
almost broke my fucking thumb
Yeah.
because the wheel caught. I was doing the,
Yeah,
these. The wheel caught and spun the other way.
Mm.
Dude.
Wow.
It almost broke my. Anyway, I did manage to go the right way, though.
Yeah.
I delivered my beer.
Nice.
All right, guys.
Thank you, guys.
All right. You have
I
any
shoot
shout
the
outs?
shit with you.
Go, yeah, Gert. You got
Anybody you want to plug?
Your family, anybody?
nice restaurant you've been to?
Nah, fuck them.
Well, thanks for listening. Thanks for shooting this shit with us.
Most definitely.
Thank you.
Look out for the next
having me on.
episode.
Listen for the next one.
With the most interesting man in the
Both
Yeah.
man in the tankless.
Oh, they were
guys.
trying to grab Haddon's again.
yeah.
You missed it.
We got to stop this. Next time wear gloves, okay?
Next time, I'm gonna sit over there.
I don't want to sit next to that guy now.
All right, guys.
Appreciate it.
All right, thank you. Roll the outro.